gentlemen of Earth, this is your favorite villain of all time, Cell. And if I'm not your favorite villain, well, then you suck. But you're watching Squad Talk. The good squad, not the bad squad. You know what I'm talking about. Keep your eyes tuned to this, or I'll destroy you, and I'll destroy the Earth, because that's what I do. That's kind of my thing. All right, peace out.
You got this.
All right. Wait, I can do it again.
Yeah, just
sit down and shut the fuck up because you are now watching a Sneaker Fanatic motherfucking production.
Bro, that's gonna be the heck.
All right, we talk about the axe skill tree. What did they add? But like you can charge the axe. What else did they add?
I mean, they added new moves and stuff like that. They added,
you talking about to the axe.
I'm not through the entire game yet, so I'm still, discovering.
Well, we can talk about the axe specific because I know it's the first weapon that you have, right? You have the axe and the blades.
But, I mean, you have both of them at the beginning, so I mean, you can talk about both of them.
Yeah.
But so far, I would say most of the combos for the most part, I'm not gonna lie, are similar to what they were in God of War 4. If that's what we're gonna call it, God of War 4. But I some of the moves that were in the skill tree that you could unlock weren't there in the first game, I would say.
They were there. You know what they were? They were in runic attacks, and they started and made them normals. The normals, they don't hit nowhere near as hard as they used to. Ooh,
of course. They if you're playing it on, I guess, the hardest difficulty, they're not going to hit as hard as they once did. Obviously. If you play on like a lower difficulty, you'll probably notice a difference, but you're not playing on that difficulty.
Bro,
obviously, none of your
attacks forgot that I beat it on God of War in the first one. I beat on the max mode. So what are we saying right now?
Yeah, I beat on the max mode too, and they're both in the first one. On the first God of War, they didn't hit like that on the first one either. You couldn't just roll through the game.
It sounded like because they're runic attacks, they were stronger in the first one, but now
they were way stronger.
No, they were not.
So what you talking about the joints where you spin around with the ice and then you can slam on the ground and all that shit?
Yeah, it's just different runic attacks. I mean, obviously they're different. I mean, now they got like heavy runic. Well, I think they had like heavy runic and light runic in the first one. I'm not 100% sure. But then you have like certain things that you could get off the skill tree when you're upgrading your character or whatnot throughout the entirety of the game. So if I remember correctly, I don't remember some of those moves being. Okay, I would read something. But that I don't remember it being in the first game. That is in the new game. So to me, it, like I said, it does feel. I wouldn't call it a DLC. I would look.
You can call it that.
I would. Yeah, I mean DLC God of War.
I wouldn't call it a DLC. I think they did some improvements. They scaled up the sizes of some of the realms that you visit. Actually, it's not just a walkthrough like Niflheim and Alfheim. They're like big, huh?
Bro, you're really not saying nothing, man. All right, so they put a few moves on there. This what. No, because what I'm saying is like I remember where I could like actually control a crowd, man. Like with the moves that I had on this one, it's like the moves, man. These enemies they just walk through them. Right? There's no stun. It's like what I'm expecting this to do something. It's not doing. The runics are just like I said, they are extra weak. Even when they're maxed out, they're weak. They're not doing shit.
Hey, Mark, I got a question for you real quick.
All right.
How long is that shirt you got on, bro? That shit
I peeped that shit earlier too.
I was like, this man got on a long ass shirt, bro.
Oh, shit.
So this is a shirt from when I first joined, man. I was way bigger than what I am now. So as you can see, it's fitting very loose. So I used to fill this thing in. Of course, you got to tuck the shirt in. Yeah,
You got sentimental value and shit.
Nigga bringing back the tall tee.
These my
Soldier Boy shit.
These my workout shirts. Nah, judging by that that Drake picture, he bringing back the 2005 style. When he had that coat on, that dude like he's straight from the damn 20 years ago.
I ain't see that.
The fur coat with the
on a flight
bears?
jacket.
Yeah.
You talking about the one with the teddy bears?
Yeah.
I ain't never seen that shit.
Teddy bear.
No, I'm just talking about. I'm talking about the outfit in general. Everything is like extremely baggy.
Oh, that's how I like it.
So Mark, you going with Elden Ring?
I ain't gonna lie. I like baggy clothes.
I'm not going with Elden Ring Game of the Year. I feel like Elden Ring, it looks good in pictures, man, but in play it looks trash. The combat looks boring, and this is coming from somebody. Have I played Elden Ring? No. Have I played Sekiro? Yes. Have I played what's the other one before Elden Ring?
Dark Souls, Demon Souls,
Demon Souls, and all that stuff. I don't like games like that. I have Neo.
It's scared. You don't want to play a man's game. Okay. We got it.
But wait, everything you saying about Elden Ring is the same thing you saying about God of War, though.
Hey, Mims said Elden Ring is hard carried by social media.
Hey,
it
don't matter. Impact. Impact.
It's
That's
not.
what that
it's
means.
not. It's a very. It's a very deep game, and people really don't understand because some people they need the story to actually be in their face to understand it, and they to actually enjoy it. Yes, Marz, to actually enjoy it, to have an understanding, to feel for it. In Elden Ring, you have to really look for and decipher things that are said throughout the story. From certain NPCs, you have to go and find certain items that describe what happened in the story, what happened before even the story that you're going on, the adventure you're going on, and stuff like that. And then from there, it's like you just put pieces together to complete the story. So that's why it took me a while. Well, for one, it took me a while to complete the game, but I was doing it also to actually have a better understanding of the story as the complete concept. That's the same thing that happened with Demon Souls. That's the same thing that happened with Dark Souls. Sekiro was
same thing.
Yeah, but Sekiro was more like line drive for you.
Hey, he said motherfuckers only played it because of TikTok. Then they found out it was hard and returned it.
Yeah, niggas. I mean, niggas can't play games like that if you're not ready to die a lot, because you're gonna die a lot.
Yeah, that's the concept of the whole game. So if you quit because you died, then you should.
That shit ain't even crossed my mind, bro.
You don't play single player games anyway.
Yeah, you don't play single player.
That's besides the point, bro.
That ain't besides no point. That's the whole point.
That's the whole point, bro. That's the whole point right there.
No. I played the Modern Warfare campaign.
Shut up, bro. Oh my god, bro.
It's single player.
Can't you co-op that shit too?
No, nigga.
You can't. No, you can't. I thought you could.
I thought all the new Call of Duty you could co-op.
They got co-op versions.
And Call of Duty don't count, bro. We talk about adventure games.
And also, I don't think Marz video that I seen in the chat actually did a good job of showing Elden Ring combat. It's very diverse from the magic.
Oh, so Marz just suck,
skill tree. No, I ain't gonna say he suck.
No, that's what I was using to kill that nigga.
Yeah, he was just using that to kill that nigga. But it's like the game does have different combos and certain skill branches and stuff like that you can learn shit, and different types of magic that you can spec into, diversify your portfolio of your combat. I guess I would say something along those lines. So
diversifying, nigga. That's what
so y'all saying that. So I've watched a few videos. Like I said, I played Neo. I had to look things up, man, to see if I'm playing the game right. So that's how crazy these games are now. It's like is it fun if you got to research on how to play the game? I don't think so.
Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, every game I play, I probably do research.
Nah, I don't do any.
That don't sound fun to me.
I like to go in blind, honestly, and learn as I go. Usually,
these guys.
Well, not mechanics, but if you need to find items and shit, because I mean, you could run around the stage for 20 minutes and not find shit, and then you look it up and it's right in front of your face the whole time.
Nah, you just suck at that.
Depending on the game, because God of War is it's not wide open where you can miss an item if you ain't explorer. But Elden Ring, you can miss some shit because there's shit everywhere. Literally everywhere. You wouldn't even think to look in the places they put shit.
Yeah, but
running and just run through a fucking wall, and now you in a whole different part of a dungeon.
Yeah,
because you ran through a wall on accident.
Now you
they had like hitting walls and stuff like
Like nigga, you underground and it's a whole new map underground.
Facts.
Come on,
That's
man.
fun.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's fun, y'all.
He
Yeah,
said,
nigga.
I mean,
That's the whole point of adventure games.
shit on.
Yeah, it's fun to not have to walk into to not walk in a straight line.
Right.
No. Look,
Yeah.
my boy Brad said you can miss some shit. He played. I think he played Elden Ring too.
Bro, niggas
It was
still
like he said you can miss some shit and then get shit on.
Yep.
He said what?
He said you can miss some shit then get shit on.
Basically, yeah, that can happen.
Yeah.
That can definitely happen in Elden Ring. You fuck around and you walk into the wrong area.
Yep.
Bro, I still feel like Trey gonna win Game of the Year, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
Man, stop.
Honestly, to be honest, the conversation is between God of War and Elden Ring, and I think I think God of War just gonna win it off the strength of his narration and storytelling as opposed to Elden Ring, because, like I said, you can't. Elden Ring is a very demographic type of game.
No, I don't think Genshin up for Game of the Year. I don't think Genshin up for Game of the Year.
Nah.
Man, if that shit was up for Game of the Year,
it should have been out. It should have been out there.
Genshin been out. Why would it?
Who said Genshin?
No, that was
Trey?
my chat. He's
Oh.
game.
Yeah, to say Trey said that shit.
Yeah. I'm about to look at the category real quick. Hold on.
Trey,
I know it's Trey. It's Stray, Xenoblade, Chronicles,
Hold on.
God of War, Elden Ring, and then there's one more.
I'm just
It might
surprised.
be
it's like that Telltale. It's like a Telltale game, some shit like that.
Oh, I can vote?
I can't. I don't.
Yeah, you can vote. Yeah,
you know that. Yeah.
Your phone ain't gonna mean nothing.
Hold on, you got what the fuck is this? I don't even know.
I don't understand how y'all stay on Elden Ring nuts, man, but no one's played Neo.
What you mean, niggas play Neo? That's the whole concept of Elden Ring. All of those games are the same.
Yeah, all those games are Neo
they got the same concept.
Takes heavy influence from like the Dark Souls series, bro.
Absolutely.
Like
I said, the new Star Wars. Look at the Star Wars.
I don't know about that.
Fallen Order is just like Dark Souls, bro. You die, you come back, you got to go get your shit
You said
back.
Star Wars?
Yeah,
I would say Star Wars. I would say Star Wars
game.
I would say
Fallen Order.
I need to watch Andor.
I think that follows like Last of Us and the God of War path, bro. Like it's not. I don't think
y'all need to watch Andor.
I'm almost done with Andor. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I got two.
I'm about to watch.
And I'm not
Andor.
even into Star Wars like that. I like that one.
Oh,
I'm
you
just
gotta get into Star Wars like that. Star Wars go hard.
Yeah, I've never watched.
I think Brandon the only one that finished it all.
I am.
Star Wars go okay.
He proud.
Bro, I just
shit, because Star Wars, anything Disney, I'm with it. Because Disney's Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah, they on top of it.
Nigga, I watch it, bro. I even watched the fucking the holiday Christmas special for
the Guardian of the Galaxy.
Oh my
I
god,
watched that stupid shit.
That's on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
is it good? Is it good?
No,
is it like
but it's
short?
one good scene. It's only one good scene, but it's like a 45-minute one cut.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it's a really short. It's like
watch it with my wife,
less than an hour movie.
Yeah, but even
I literally just watched Sonic too. So
even the I Am Groot.
I haven't watched that too.
Like
the I Am Groot little series.
I watched all them too. Like,
those ones are funny though. Those are like 3-minute little episodes.
Yeah,
yeah, Groot
them shits are funny.
I watch everything.
I watched that with my son.
Did y'all talk about Black Adam yet?
I think we can, but we could speak on it again.
I don't know.
What
we
you
went
got
in
to say
depth,
about
but
it?
I don't think we went in depth.
Oh yeah, we just flashed by it.
I don't remember.
I haven't seen it, so I mean, I can go ahead and talk about it. I'll probably watch it sooner or later.
Bro, look, you are the nigga we be talking about when they ask how long do I have to wait to talk about it.
No, we talking about it.
Go ahead. I ain't got no problem, bro. Like I'm just saying, like
I feel like if that was really on his radar anyway, he would have been seeing it for real.
Yeah, I probably would have. It's not.
I don't know watch movies like that, bro.
I started.
I do watch, bro. I watch a few on, depending on what it is.
Go ahead, Mark.
Go ahead, Mark. I know you a DC nigga, so go ahead and hype it.
You a DC nigga, Mark?
I like DC, man. DC.
You prefer DC over Marvel?
He's already said.
Yes.
He stated
He
this.
said that.
many episodes ago.
Yeah.
I missed that.
I didn't.
Hey, that's a
Brandon been on his ass since then.
Yeah.
Got his iron out. Yeah.
Let's hear your review.
My review. I thought the movie was solid. I really enjoyed it. I can watch it again. I thought it was gonna be trash because one, it was related to Shazam, which I didn't like the Shazam movie, and I think Rock is not that good of an actor. But he did his thing on that one, man.
I agree.
He did his thing, man. Like he played the role, which is damn near the Rock. So it was his role, man.
The Rock in a movie.
And then
that nigga said he played his role damn near the Rock.
The spins on it, the spin towards the end, and like how powerful he is, how they portrayed how powerful he is. People are dying in that shit. I was like, okay, this is that movie right here. That shit felt.
Okay. Was it like Dark Knight? I guess.
Impact on what, Mills?
Hell no, not Dark.
Ain't no impact. Don't listen to him.
Because it's the Rock.
Don't listen to
him. That's the whole impact.
Don't listen to him.
No, I agree with him. I thought the movie was gonna be a lot worse, but it was pretty decent.
Bryce, you like this Shazam movie?
Yeah.
It's okay for what it is, but it's not my go-to. I'm not going to just I gotta go watch Shazam.
No.
Yeah, I was wondering how they was gonna do his character, and I was hoping they don't make this nigga like, oh, he a superhero, like he's just this good guy, because he wasn't throughout the movie. He was like, I'm just about my people and that's it type of thing.
Selfish.
I'm glad you brought that up, man, because Black Adam, the character, from what I've seen off Injustice and the shows and stuff, I've never liked him as a character. So I think that was a thing too. Like, damn, I'm not gonna like this movie, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Love him as a character.
Can he be compared to Namor? Like not power wise, but like his character.
No. So the thing, and I've been waiting for somebody to ask this.
They got similarities.
Oh damn.
No, because the thing though, and somebody was like, if you enjoyed Mimi, she brought it up. She saw Black Adam first, and she was like, "Oh, what about Black Panther 2?" I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna tell you about the movie, but the points you're picking at, you'll like it because of Namor, because they're both anti-fucking villains or heroes or whatever, and then their whole purpose is literally to protect my people. I don't give a fuck about nothing else." Dr. Doom is the same way, but Dr. Doom is just different. He's just different. So Adam,
more evil.
He owns some other shit, man. Like
Dr. Doom
diamond and smart. He got magic and tech. But
Brandon, I got something to tell you, man.
Go ahead.
Don't unfriend me.
I
like Black Adam already, bro. Better than I like Black Panther.
I mean,
blasphemy.
Look at the disappointment in his face.
Fucking
like,
blasphemy. Like he said, I mean, he couldn't even say
before that smile, he was just like really disappointed. That was like a really bad frown.
I expect that from Mark.
Is he a DC nigga?
Yeah, and he's harped on it the entire time. When this shit first started and me and Mark first met, he said some slick shit. I was like, oh, this nigga ignorant. He only...
Hey, chat said he heated up his iron for that hot take.
Facts.
But the movie is like, man, Wakanda Forever leaves Black Adam in the dust. And then look at the numbers they're doing. And the thing, I'm supportive of Black Adam because The Rock funded that shit. And he been working on this shit for like 10 years. He reads the comics and all that. So he's been fighting to get that movie going and the role. But the characters, and the thing is, the movie is good because they finally went on. It reminds you of a Marvel movie. Whether y'all want to admit it or not.
Ooh, copy.
When you watching it, but it's not a copy. It's like DC should have been doing that.
Okay.
In reality, DC is older, but it's just like how they did the characters. Whatever they do with the cinematic universe, Marvel just caught on and did it better. They took a decade figuring it out, so it's better. So even with Darkseid, they should have went about the same route that they did with Thanos, but they didn't do that. And DC was like, well, we just gonna go for star power. Because even with the Dr. Fate's fucking scenes, it's like, oh, this reminds me of Doctor Strange. And then DC has a problem with it. Hell yeah. Of course.
No, man.
Dr. Fate does seem like a Doctor Strange.
The CGI and the scenes. That's what reminded me of it. I'm not talking about Fate and Strange's characters, but it's just like I wanted to see that from Fate because Fate probably the hardest motherfucker in that movie, but he got kind of nerfed. But it was a great movie, man. I like the direction they're going, but I also know what their plans are. So I'm kind of skeptical. But then they brought back. Ben Affleck is low-key back. So they trying to make shit work. So they got a plan, but it's the other cats they trying to like make it right. So
I like what they did with the studios, how they brought James Gunn, who is, famous for the God of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And they made him the CEO of that, what is it, DC Studios or whatever?
DCEU. It should be DCEU.
No. It's weird. So basically they doing away with DCEU. Like DCEU was a failed thing. So they coming out with, I want to say DC Studios, but let me. No,
there's a DC Studios, but that would be smart because they really have like 2 universes, and these niggas don't tie in.
Yeah,
they take shit with the movies,
and you easily can, just like Marvel.
That's why they all over the place.
Absolutely,
they can easily tie in the movies though, just with the multiverse type shit, just like Marvel did.
That's what pisses me off with DC. They see what Marvel's successful, the MCU is successful with. I gotta listen. They don't want to do it because it's like, oh well, we're older, and I'm like, no, y'all need to do that shit because I don't know.
They turn up on the animated.
Yeah, DC Studios. That's what it is.
They do, but this is like the animated on the big screen.
Right.
Live action. Like I've watched damn near all the animated shit. That shit hard as fuck. I watch their shows because Titans. The new season is on now.
I need to watch that.
Okay.
Shit, ain't it? Ain't it on?
I need to watch that series.
I've been watching on HBO Max.
Y'all see Young Justice? That's a good series. It's old, but
that's something I was going to tell you.
I've seen a few episodes.
They made that last season because I think many years ago you and I were talking about that, how they didn't finish it, and they came out.
They finished Young Justice.
They
came out with another season. I don't know if it's finished.
They said that just sucked, so people been dropping it lately.
Really?
Yeah.
What, the last season?
The last season they said that shit ass, so they got off that train.
And it might be usually when you do something like that and try to come back to it, it don't be as good. Just like I was disappointed with the Bulldogs last season.
I know like 2 seasons came out and the title of the series got dropped. Yeah. And then it came back on that. It came back on what Paramount Plus, HBO, something like that. I can't remember. DC Universe. Yeah. HBO. So and then the next season came out, it was good. And then the latest season that just came out, they said that shit was trash. So
damn.
They said, nah, not anymore, bro. Not anymore.
Damn.
I think they got everything DC on HBO too.
Yeah, because they had that little DC Universe fucking shit. Got my back. Go ahead.
Yo, I finished I've been meaning to tell you, Mark, you ain't been on, but I finished Watchmen. That shit was good. And it was like the plot, it was like something I wasn't expecting it to be that type of thing they was going through, like the racism and all that shit. I ain't had no clue going into it, but it was good.
They opened it up
how it all tied up in the end. That shit was crazy. What'd you say, Brandon?
Yeah, Watchmen was a really good.
They opened it up with the Tulsa race riots.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting none of that shit.
That caught me off guard.
I was like, this is Watchmen? So actually, what Mark said too, I do need to go back and watch the movie.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I've seen that shit.
Yeah, you'll see it in a different lens, man. Like the first time I watched it, I did not like it because I was expecting like some superhero shit.
Real superheroes.
Not like not like some guys with like they happen to have powers and they got occupations as superheroes. You know what I mean? So it's a lot different. I don't understand after you watch that, how are y'all not DC people, man? I don't get it.
You said what?
How are y'all not DC, man? DC.
We just explained it.
Just from that one little
y'all niggas hit a home run every now and then. DC is like y'all hit a bunch of RBIs. Marvel hits home runs.
Yeah.
You know, RBI run base in. Niggas don't like baseball, but
look, I've been saying if DC put their animated shit in the theaters, it'll be doing well. They have like at least 20 movies. And all of them shits, they're
killing the Killing Joke.
Killing Joke, but the thing though, it's not
I don't think that was part
It's
of
not
the.
about animated. This is
Was
what's
it?
gonna happen. Because
It
what
wasn't
if?
in that new 52 series that they had been putting out.
But you could
okay.
take. You could take. I would put what if against any
Animated DC.
animated DC,
Ooh.
and then it's gonna get worse when they do the
Season
is it
2?
Secret Invasions. Nah, fuck
Oh,
the
Secret
season
Invasion?
2. No, Secret Invasions are no Marvel Zombies. When they do Marvel Zombies on Disney, because it's gonna be rated R.
Gotta be.
Like
No,
It is.
not
rated
on
R, like a
Disney.
superstar?
Yes, it is.
It's gonna have to be. What you mean?
It's rated R.
That's
Disney
Marvel
already-
Disney.
That's why they keep asking for the parental fucking shit now, because they pulled in everything. Because Deadpool is what? That nigga Disney now.
And Disney been
Disney?
trying to go more adult.
Yeah, and then that's why Werewolf by
In
Night
certain
was like
series.
them flirting with it. If y'all watched it yet, that's why they did the black. It was a test. It was like a pilot to see how people react. But they keep asking for the age and all that. Like, hey, how do y'all want to set the parental shit? And then Marvel was like, our first rated R shit is gonna be Marvel Zombies, the animated series, and then we're gonna bring in all the other stuff. So
That shit gonna be like Spawn, nigga, when they
That
showing
shit-
pussy and titties and shit.
that shit gonna thump.
Oh, Disney.
Jump back on what we was on earlier about the Black Panther and Black Adam. So I thought Black Panther was the second one was an excellent movie. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't care for the first one too much, man. The first one was okay to me. So
Damn.
Look
I'm
at
just-
Brandon's
hey.
face.
I'm just being honest.
I don't blame him.
Hey,
Oh, wait, you
I don't
agree?
blame
Nigga,
him.
the hard nigga,
Nigga
not the
blasphemous
nigga.
right here,
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah, this nigga right here. I don't know who this nigga is, honestly.
Motherfucker tripping, boy. He might be lightheaded from working out. I don't know. Go, finish it.
Hey, Pat said iron on again. Every time he get ready to say something crazy, he get the ironing.
I was surprised though, man. I was surprised. The second one, like it had a great storyline. I think just action wise, I just liked Black Adam. That's all. So it's not a Black Adam versus Black Panther. I just like the action more, like him just busting through walls. Like he didn't know how to use doorways and shit, man. I thought this shit was hilarious. And
So
then
because it was comedic.
that
He,
it was, it
he
wasn't
likes the
corny
funny
to me.
shit.
Yeah, it went.
He like
it
funny
wasn't the
shit in
corny.
loincloths, bro.
Serious. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
man,
mean,
that's me all day.
I get
I
it.
like seeing that bald head ass nigga.
Hey, Alan, turn your camera on, bro.
Bro, why?
Because
Nigga, everybody got their
theirs
camera on but you.
Hey, Mims said Mark sound like he addressing a formation.
I dress in a formation.
Yeah,
You
I
are
guess that's how
dressing
you
a
talking.
formation. Knife hand and all.
Oh,
What you drinking on? Brand, you got some bourbon over there, some whiskey?
This is actually
That nigga always sipping.
yeah, cause I oh shit,
Nigga live a rough life, boy. He got.
I got like an hour and a half, and then I got to stop because I'm about to fast for like 2 days.
Okay, I fuck with it.
Yeah.
Wow, you can shit.
Oh man.
Oh,
lit.
Man.
Okay, what is this shit about? Because I have not been keeping up with this nigga.
Don't worry about it. You don't
Oh,
need
is
to
that
worry
the
about
symbol
it.
he putting on his shit?
What does this
Oh,
look
he-
like? What does this
Dude,
look
hold
like
on.
to y'all?
So hold on. I
Baby.
ain't been keeping up, but I know that this nigga is. He got the Star of David, the little Nazi shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
When you the original Nazi symbol means love or something.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Yeah, that is
snippet.
a swastika.
So,
Oh.
a
But
swastika.
I get what he's doing, and then I saw like a snippet of his interview about the former president. So just looking at that, I kind of like. I don't fuck with it.
You have
Come
to
on,
be you
man.
have to be literally insane to make Alex Jones sound sane, like a sane person on the interview, bro. You have to be literally insane, bro.
Bro, y'all
He is
don't
insane,
see
bro.
Kanye vision.
I know,
I don't
Yeah,
right?
give a fuck
you
about
see
that
it? I'm
nigga.
lost
It's
too.
not-
See it?
It's
I'm
not
lost.
a
Vision
vision.
is not.
Hey.
It's not dawning on me, my
It's
boy.
I
not
tried to
a
tell y'all
vision.
niggas, man. Y'all won't listening to me.
He's ignorant.
I tried to tell
That
you.
nigga is
Y'all-
not
y'all not-
ignorant, bro.
y'all
not
is
seeing
that
not-
nigga
hold on,
vision.
exactly what
Stupid.
he's
He's not stupid. He's not ignorant. He knows what he's doing.
So
He
here's
knows
the
what he's
thing.
doing,
Hold on.
bro.
This is the thing.
Yeah, he's making
My-
conscious decisions.
My thing.
Yeah.
So
Here we
that nigga
go.
not conscious. The thing
Here
though.
we go.
Oh, that conscious. That nigga very conscious, bro.
But he does it for the wrong. That's
I'm
the
not
thing.
sa-
Like,
I'm not
hold
approving
on,
him.
because all this shit he taught, I've already known this stuff, but it's like you're not gonna hear me spewing it for publicity. Because my whole thing, y'all know how I get. This nigga bailed out once he got with that fucking Kardashian girl.
Facts.
So it's just like nothing he says is like, to me, is like, that's why I got so upset at old girl about the message. When I was like, oh, this, and but you hear it all of a sudden from Kanye. Because my thing is like, we done buried Dr. Umar. I still fuck with him personally. I just don't say it.
Oh, no, Dr. Umar, my nigga. That's true. He be funny as fuck.
That's my dude.
My bad.
But he's still pushing this, but Kanye is more popular. And then people give him a pass because he is a great fucking musician, right? He's a genius. I think Buddy is smart. It's just his delivery. And I think he picks his times. It's like, oh, now I'm going to come with this shit, this knowledge to keep staying relevant.
Right.
But then it's like the same week we find out he got to pay what $200,000 in child support, and then he want to go off and do all this stuff. So I just think his personal agenda is just to stay relevant. That's why I don't fuck with him. Yeah. I don't think he's dumb at all. I think
he seems like a attention fucking seeker ass.
Brandon, he said he loved Hitler, bro. That's all I need to know.
Get him out of here.
He said that. That's verbatim. That's not me saying anything else. That's verbatim. I'm gonna
leave it at that because
defend him, Brandon. Defend him.
It's not that. But if you really dig into this shit, if you really dig deep,
I'm not digging.
I've been there.
I'm not digging.
What you mean?
When you say you love Hitler, then we got.
What you mean? You've been there like you love Hitler?
I don't love him, but I don't hate him.
All right, bro. I'm
okay. Mims said he made graduation, bro.
And that's the thing. Like,
we should leave him alone.
I don't fuck with the guy because I think overall he's just as evil as fucking Napoleon and
other
cats.
Every other evil nigga.
They all evil. But you got to think, Buddy even made a statement. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna lose the war because they enlisted God's jewel, the blacks, the African American." You can look into this. You can look into it. I used to be hard into this, and now I was like, you know what?
Bro, he had black soldiers too.
But that's the thing. But like, now you take, oh man, you can. It's small pieces you can take because the shit that Kyrie and Kanye chose to argue about. I hate to say it's legit to an extent, but my thing is like, I mean, I don't hate
the delivery.
It's the delivery.
Yeah,
this is like you get knowledge. Up. When my ex, she became all mega woke and shit, and then she came woke through the fucking Hidden Colors DVDs, right? I got there because I used to read and question shit, and I wanted to like, research and all this, and then I watched the DVDs. I was like, oh, I can relate to all that, yada yada yada. So when I, came off the religious boat, I was like more subtle about it. I was like, hey, if y'all don't agree, saying we can cut ties. She was just evil and just like disrespectful with her approach. And I was like, damn, you can't come at people like that because they're gonna be in shock. Like, motherfuckers gonna be in shock if I've been a Christian my whole life, and then somebody I'm close with turn around and be like, yo, that's some bullshit. And I'm just like, I come from like a history of pastors. I thought I was gonna be one at one point, and it was my uncle who's one now. He was like, "Hey man, that ain't your journey." So it's like, I don't know. You can be more tactful. Yeah, I think is the word I'm looking for. But that's like even with my beliefs, I don't ever push that shit off on nobody. Because now it was one time in one of the episodes I got a little antsy because he not here to defend him. But Mitch said something. He said some slick shit, and I was like, man, something. But it's like. That's just like how some Christians are too pushy. Yeah. And then it's like, they can't have a legit argument. And I've been, back in the day, I used to argue with fucking Israelites and shit. And then one dude, he presented me all this shit. Went, read it, watched whatever. And then we sat down and had an argument, but I presented my shit. He had no rebuttal because he never even entertained my argument, my side of the argument. I was like, yo, bro, this shit don't make sense. This and that. But dude, I used to be real hard into that shit. And then one day I was like, you know what? I'm not here to like change people's opinions other than Marvel. But outside that,
I'm glad you brought that up.
What I don't like is how war is incorporated with religion.
Hold on, I heard two people talking at once.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Mark said
You
something.
mentioned,
Yeah, I go
you
Mark.
mentioned Dr. Umar Johnson. He got a video clip. He shitting on Black Panther. I don't know if you knew that.
I mean,
So
with him, he's gonna like. My thing is, I'm not even gonna watch it or entertain it, as because I like the guy person. I met him. I heard
you better
him.
watch it.
I'm not, because I know there's people out there who's gonna nitpick that movie because Mitch did it, and he's not here. But my thing is like, y'all gonna take something.
Mitch is here. Mitch just got into the chat. Mitch,
but it's not the devil. But
Mitch
hold on,
just
this
got
is the
it.
thing.
Has started.
I'm not coming for him, but I know there's people out there. They would rather nitpick, take all this energy into that one movie, and shit on it versus so much other shit out there.
Right.
Because at the
or
end of
just
the day,
getting the point of it.
Yeah, this is just coming from a Black comic book character.
Right.
And that's why I have so much love for it. It's not real life, but it's dope to have that representation. So it's like, because I heard some people, they be like, oh, well, sure it is. Well, it happens in the comics.
Right.
And then Buddy changed the fucking race of Namor to make it brown. So now our kinfolk got something to ride with. So if somebody sit there and they just really nitpick the movie like that, I'm like, bro, you need something else to do. And at the end of the day, I love Umar, but that nigga didn't keep his word. Because I don't know where that school.
School. Everybody asks about that fucking school.
I don't know where the school at.
Every time, where the fuck is that school at?
Yeah, because it sound everything he was preaching. That shit sound dope, and I'm
it did.
Where is it?
That's why I started.
LeBron James opened a school, and we know what it's for, but I don't know. He presented it like, hey, this is for everybody, but it's really for us. So it's kind of like.
The difference, I think, is because LeBron James school is more public. I think Dr. Umar wanted a more private school for the most part. Yeah, but I don't think he really got the funds for it.
I was about to say,
they question him where the funds went. They question the shit about who he's related to. If you really, I don't know.
Because he was claiming to be Frederick Douglass, and his family said he ain't related to us, man.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I never
so
heard about
he
that,
got some.
He out here false flagging and shit.
Yeah, he got some red flags up.
But so you still rocking with him after knowing all that?
I do.
I can't fuck with him.
The reason why I do is just his delivery and what he presented originally. Okay, I'm with it. Now, Buddy ain't kept his word. This, and that. So it's like I don't really like. I ain't gonna defend him. I'm like, I'll still listen to him to an extent.
Yeah, he makes decent points.
He makes decent points.
You
got other people who go to bat for motherfuckers who just some clowns.
Right.
Kanye West.
Like my
thing is like Kanye ain't. It's cool to like in the end, dude. Kaepernick, he failed, and I look at it like he had a really good point, because I never listened to the rest of that song until Buddy came up and said this, and I was like, yo, he got a point. And then the whole kneeling, he went to the Green Beret. That's what they came up with. But now you're going against the fucking NFL. The NFL is very fucking powerful.
You're not winning that fight. You're not winning that fight. So.
Especially now when you're trying to work for them.
Yeah,
you're not winning that fight.
You're trying to work for them, but you want to fight them.
Yeah, you can't. You're not winning.
Because in the end, I felt like he sold out, and I'm just like, he brought up a good point, but. The one thing I say that Umar said that made a lot of sense. He's like, to live that lifestyle, you have to really be committed because you get attacked. And then it's like, you got to pick between my people or my family. Dude, just let that sink in. And I'm just like, because I'm very pro. So I have friends, they come to me with this shit. I'm like, bro, are you going to choose that shit over your daughter? Because I in a heartbeat, I'm like, bro, I ain't choosing nothing over my kids. I don't care how pro I am, all that bullshit.
Y'all gonna have to kill me.
My children and my family is number one, dude.
Well, see, that's the shit. Like with Kaepernick, just because you brought it up, like, do I think he quote unquote sold out? Maybe, but I think it's because shit wasn't working out, and now it's like I gotta have money for my fam. Fact. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got it. I made my stance, and people know where my point of view is, but. I got to be able to feed my family at the end of the day.
Life to keep going, man.
And I just thought about that shit.
You got to continue to live that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? He put him in, so it's not like
sometimes you can't help what you rely on. or what you're forced to take because
your responsibility.
He could be out here growing. He could be out here flipping burgers and be pro-black.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like at the end of the day, we'll take a job that we feel is beneath us if that's what we got to do to pay the rent.
Provide.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Like, so most people work at Burger King are adults. Like, don't get it twisted. Teenagers work there a couple hours at night, but the people who run that damn store are
right.
I'm saying
niggas who need that job. Shit.
They got business.
When people they throw around the word revolutionary. Because I don't think
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that.
I'm not, because I'm like
they put up violence behind that or aggression.
It's not even that, but if you
well,
watch,
the thing is, hold
on. I gotta finish my thought. If you watch Judas and the Black Messiah over Fred Hampton, right? His baby mama was mad. Who's watched the movie?
I seen it.
Me.
But when his baby mama was mad, and that brother was like, "Yo, I'm choosing this cause over my family." That's like a moment. It's just like even Malcolm X did this.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what did it lead to? And I feel like now this is watered down, and it's an easier way to attack people. Because I do feel like Dr. Umar at one point was there, but you can attack him different now with social media. Yeah. He gets caught flirting with a white girl. He doesn't open this and that. And then the thing is like
this little dumb shit, yeah.
It'd be little dumb shit now, but it's like it's easy to fall off the boat because it's like, I don't know, today I got a close friend on some other shit, and Buddy really thinks he wants to be a revolutionary and shit. I'm like, bro, this ain't you, because I know how you feel about your family. Stop doing this shit. And it's just like, it's cool you want to go out and do all these speaks and be at these little fucking things and shit because you out the army now. I'm like, bro, just check your ego.
This ain't like a club, bro. This shit is like a life.
That's a lifestyle.
A whole real ass life.
And people be like, bro, I'm not about that lifestyle. I have pride, but nah, fam, I like comic books and going on vacation.
I like comic books, nigga. It's like, crazy.
But just because I walked in right when you were saying it, and I know you said you wasn't coming at me, but one thing that I look at is like with Black Panther, we were talking about just stuff that I had qualms about.
We talked about the movie at heart.
The movie was great. Like that's how I started it. Yeah. So but now I'm talking from I'm a fan of the comic and of Marvel in general. These are things that I would have liked to see different. But I can do that about just about all of them, except for probably Civil War. I'm good with that one. I ain't got so many changes.
I mean, it's like
it just depends on the.
It was like 100 people missing from Civil War. So
of course, but I'm just saying I didn't have an issue with the movie, is what I'm saying. So like most of my issues with the Black Panther movie are movie issues, not Black Panther issues. You feel what I'm saying? So like
that's the thing though. You depict it as a fan. I think Umar, I know he owns some other shit. But then I'm curious because I don't want to watch the video because if he comes at the strong role Black women,
watch the video, bro. Watch the video.
If he does that,
they want to change your mind, boy.
Do it to yourself. That's what he's saying. Do it to yourself.
They're trying to hurt you. They're trying to hurt you, Brandon.
Don't let him get you, dog.
He a hypocrite. The second he say something, he a hypocrite. If he have an issue, because some people was like, they had an issue with the two Dora Milaje that they're gay. I mean, at the end of the day, that whole scene was for that. When
of course,
said, I love, and the people was picking it, and I'm like, I mean, because my argument is like when you grow up in the Spartans, were they not into each other? Like if you know the history,
they were.
So my my son and I, we all watched the movie together, right? In the movies. And when that scene came, when she said, thank you, my lover, something like that to the other girl, my daughter was like, what was the point of that scene? And my daughter is like, by thought process wise, she ain't there yet, but that's what she claims. So the fact that she was even like, what was that there for? Like it didn't have a point other than we put this in the movie. Like so the fact that my daughter was the one who said it was really like, because I didn't care one way or the other. But I remember when she said that, I was like,
it didn't have a point though. So that's them trying to inject that
inclusion.
It's just inclusion. Like they do it on
Doctor Strange did
do it on everything.
Multiverse of Madness. Multiverse of Madness did it.
That's why everybody was pissed about that Buzz Lightyear movie, and I forgot why everybody was pissed. And then I watched it, and then things were adding up. I don't know if you guys watched it. Buzz Lightyear is trying to get a ship off of an island, a spaceship, and every time he tries to get it off, I said island, a planet. Every time he tries to get it off, and he comes back, he comes back, and everyone's older. So when he comes back, his battle buddies, his commander, he comes back again. The battle buddy has a girlfriend. He come back again. They have a child together, and et cetera, et cetera. It's like you can't make that make sense to kids, man. It's like
talking the black chick.
Yeah, the captain. The captain.
Wait, what was the point of that?
He comes back and she's like, he doesn't. I don't think they say that she has a girlfriend, but then when she gets married, they show a picture of them and it's a girl.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it.
And then she comes back. She's dead. She's dead, and then she has a child who has grown up and stuff like that.
And you know, I can tell all that from the damn previews.
Damn, Buzz, you suck.
But they do show that her like every time he comes back, they do show her like
where the fuck Sue been? What the fuck is going on?
Surprise!
I was confused for about 2 seconds. I ain't gonna lie.
Like she's just talking like she ain't been gone.
It was the names, bro. I had to look at the names when I first got in. I was like, wait a minute, let me not do this to myself.
I was going back and forth. I was like, what the?
I hope I don't call Joe Sue.
What is happening?
But it's all about that inclusion. That's all it is. It's like
that's
like
all,
some of
that's
those
all
parts
that
are
was.
absolutely.
It's like they're super obvious with it. That's why it's kind of like, what the fuck?
Well, I think just do it that way. I think when you do it that way, it's awkward. Like I have a friend who plays basketball with me, and he's gay, right? And he's pointed out like several times. He's like he can't stand when people point out he's gay. It's almost like someone in a wheelchair hates for you to like open the door for him. It's like, God damn, just let me live, bro. You're like it's not like so. It's so that's really weird because I don't think about it. It ain't even on my like. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? But because my daughter has those friends and she's with those types of kids, she actually noticed it. It was like, what was the point of that? Because they were like, if you're gonna do it, then do it. But to just keynote, hey, I'm gay, and then keep it real. It's like, what the fuck is the point of that? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of I think where it's at. But I mean, different people, you know, take it different ways. I personally wasn't even thinking about it until she said something.
I'm guilty of that. I try to help handicapped people, retarded people, old people.
Nobody.
Oh gosh.
I know you might just say the R word on here.
He did. He did.
He said it and he kept going because he had no remorse. And then the shit went to the fucking Trey's fucking camera, and he like, oh, that's why I tried to speak real quick. I was trying to cover up Mark's shit.
Is that a bad word now? Well, you can't say
I mean, in this world,
pretty much, it's inappropriate.
You about to get us all canceled?
Like it used to be something we say all the time.
The R word and the F word.
You can
special needs. You could just say special
that
needs.
with maggot.
People will say nigga 13 times in one episode.
Like nigger.
That's cool. Hey, we get that's cool. That's cool.
Bro, you can say nigga on like live TV and no one gives a fuck.
That's one word that still gets leaked
that's
out.
The shit Kanye was talking about.
And
that's the shit people been talking about with Kanye about when he said the shit about slavery was a choice. Mm-hmm. Nobody dropped him. Nobody gave a fuck because he was talking about black people.
I did though. I gave a fuck.
Everybody gave a fuck.
Oh, nobody gave a fuck. No. Actually, yeah, you probably gave a fuck. Black people did give a fuck.
Who's like, damn.
Black people gave a fuck. But I'm talking about
who control his money flow.
I thought that was stupid, just like the other shit.
Talking about those big.
You're saying,
listen to what he's saying. He's saying the companies didn't care.
Black people
who control his money flow didn't give a fuck.
But
the
businesses, they ain't drop his ass. They ain't give a fuck.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. Didn't give a fuck. Black people was mad.
You know what, Spence? I'm gonna take it further. I think once you bring up Kanye, so many people just anti-Kanye that they don't really hear what you're saying. Dave Chappelle down the best.
We just literally agree with him.
No. But I'm saying Dave Chappelle broke it down the best when he was talking about the baby. It's like the baby killed a man in North Carolina in a Walmart, and no one gave a fuck. But the moment he says something that pisses off gay people, now it's a problem. So you can literally kill a nigga, but don't piss off a gay person.
That's exactly what he said. That's
the world.
Facts. And that's him trying to open up our eyes on just. I mean, that's crazy. That concept.
But you see how Dave Chappelle delivered his compared to how Kanye delivered.
It's not about the delivery though. Listen,
it absolutely is about the delivery though.
The message.
When you're just shouting things and screaming things, and you're not really having any coherent thoughts coming out your mouth, it's hard for us to say, okay, I see what he's talking about.
That's actually not.
He's just an angry nigga.
That's actually not valid because if you actually listen to the conversation with Kanye and Van Lathan, he explains completely what he meant by saying that. But nobody listened to that. They only listened to the clip of him saying slavery is a choice.
Right. And I understood what he said. I understood what he said. I know what he meant. The part is you just saying slavery was a choice isn't doing anything for us. That's not helping us. What is that helping us do? Where we went from there?
I ain't got all the answers.
No, everybody just focused on no. But everybody just focused on hating on Kanye. They didn't even talk about the conversation. Like that was the point.
I heard what he said, and even though yes, slavery was a choice because people do choose to enslave themselves to certain things, but you just saying that isn't helping us get further from that position we're in now.
What will help it?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't fucking know.
So
I don't know what niggas need. Honestly, they just need the planet need to blow the fuck up.
No. But with that being said, though, he's trying to make that a conversation to help. Like,
so if we're talking like this and we say, yo, slavery was a choice, man, and these are my reasons why I feel like that. If we said something like that, we can understand what you're saying compared to you being on TV. Slavery was a choice, and Jewish people suck, and they terrible, and they evil. Like, just
so what you said was slavery.
No, but it wasn't like that. You
was talking present tense.
You get that perception when you see clips and not watch the whole thing and stuff.
That wasn't the conversation, but people take what they want out of it. Okay, take another equation. You can kill a black man on the street, nobody cares, right? But you kill some dogs, they're gonna lock you up for 2 years.
Yep.
I'm just saying, like, what citizen of America is higher rank or lower ranking than black men? Like, really think about that. Like you can really insult black men and do this, that, and the other thing. You smack a dog in public, they'll arrest you. For real.
But then this nigga turns around. He says that, but then he says,
but even the response to what I'm saying is that you're treated like black Kanye. You're proving my point. Your response to what I'm saying is to go back to just let's hate on Kanye instead of hearing what I'm saying and responding to it.
No one wants to hate on Kanye, man. He is a great fucking musician, but when you say stuff to people from a TV and you're black, you have to have some intellect behind it. You can't just say stuff in a raw way and think people gonna understand it because you talking to a different group of people. You're not talking to us where we can have a conversation and relate. But you up here just saying shit on TV and you looking ignorant and you making sense, but you saying it in an ignorant way, bro. Nobody's gonna receive that shit. You too rich for that. You too rich for that, man. You can handle yourself with class. Look at fucking Jay-Z, nigga. That's your big brother. Follow your big brother.
Jay-Z's dumb as hell too, but continue.
Jay-Z don't really say shit.
What I'm saying is,
he chooses to just make money. He don't say shit. Like what is
What I'm saying is Jay-Z can say something. Jay-Z can say something and niggas will. Jay-Z can say something and niggas will fucking listen to him.
What has he said that has fixed the situation?
It depends on what he says. What if he starts saying the same shit as Kanye?
He can say something and niggas will listen.
If he says he loves Hitler, bro, that nigga gonna be garbage.
It depends on what he says, because he could be saying the same shit as Kanye.
Because plenty of people can say something but choose not to.
Right.
If he says he loves Hitler, can we just
that.
like
what I'm saying is Jay-Z carries himself in a certain way where he can say things and people won't discredit him like, that nigga's stupid, bro.
Because he won't say anything that's controversial. That's the point.
Oh no, what I'm saying is he won't say it like Kanye did. He won't come out his mouth
The moment, like,
trying to
I
get
take Kanye
attention
out of the
for what
equation,
he's
bro.
saying,
The
man.
moment Dave Chappelle went against the big broadcasters, he went to Africa and they made that nigga sound like he was a crackhead. It was crazy. He was
Right,
a devout
and none of that. I didn't listen to that.
No. Dude, listen, he was a devout Muslim who didn't smoke or drink, and they made it seem like he was a crackhead who went crazy because he turned down that 50 mil and went against big corporations. The moment he went against them, he just destroyed his name in public.
Right,
It
but
took him
that
years
didn't
to
do nothing for
get
me
that
though.
back.
I still fucked with him.
No, because you keep trying to bring out, like talk about what you do, but the majority of people thought he was crazy, and he lost a ton of money and a ton of companies backing him and everything. My point being that Dave Chappelle didn't say nothing crazy in public. He didn't do anything like that, but he went against the big corporations and they ruined him. Now he eventually got back to where he is now, 10, 15 years later, but like he went against the big companies and they treated him that same way. Kanye went against the big companies, they destroyed his name in public. The only clips you see are the clips that they allow you to see because they're the ones recording it. They're the ones who have the footage. Like, so all I'm saying is, how can you take only the stuff that they're allowing you to see in the first place and use that as your, this is why we shade this guy? That's how they designed it.
But
I'm
nothing
not
they
I'm not
said
even,
made me feel different about Dave Chappelle.
it's not a,
Like people
well,
I
you
knew
can talk about how
didn't
you
change their
feel, but
opinion.
we're talking about
Okay,
how
not just me. The
not
people that I
everybody.
knew that fucked with Dave Chappelle before he left for Africa and after, they didn't
think so,
change their
Mark.
opinions about.
I don't
Did
think
y'all
he's
change your
I
opinions?
just think he's a guy who's raging against the
Did you
machine,
change your
so
opinion
he's
about Dave
losing.
Chappelle after he went to Africa and they said all those things?
He
Did you change your
disappeared,
opinion?
bro. It didn't matter whether you fucked with him or not. He didn't get work for years.
Okay, so he got blackballed.
Very much so.
Okay, so Kanye saying something.
Mac, he
Kanye
said he
saying
like
something
Hitler, bro. Chill out.
on the TV,
That shit was crazy.
and
That shit was
that's an
crazy.
example. I'm just about to get into it. How you got on the shirt that with the White Lives Matter, like you're saying things that you know is going to spark people's like anger and feelings or whatever like that. You know you're saying some controversial shit. You know you can deliver it in a certain way, nigga. You a fucking genius. You make songs and you could predict the future about leaving a bitch for a white girl, but you can't get on TV and say something to us that we can be like, all right, bro, we got you. We ain't got to cancel you for that. We understand. You ain't got to do all that. You too fucking rich. You're a billionaire. You don't got to be on TV talking about all of that. Write a book. Write a book.
Here's my trip though. Here's my trip. You brought up the whole situation with the baby. I brought up the whole situation with Michael Vick with the dogs. And instead of having that conversation, I'm just gonna pull the conversation back to talk about Kanye. It's like we won't allow those conversations to happen. Like for real, like because I asked literally, is there anyone who is low ranked in black men on the hierarchy of importance? And your immediate response was, let's talk about bashing Kanye.
You niggas choose their words, man. Niggas choose their words. And when you got that camera on you,
so you talking about Kanye again?
No, I'm talking about in general. When we got that, if we got that camera on us and it's being broadcast to the whole world, we might say some crazy shit like, I'm nervous. But when you used to talking on a fucking camera all the time in the public eye, you know how to conduct yourself and carry yourself, my nigga. And again, you're a fucking billionaire. Nigga, you should be on a fucking island, not telling us how you love
you're talking about conducting and carrying yourself, but the only thing that you have to do when you're on camera, when conducting and carrying yourself, is don't piss off these companies that run the wheel. And that's what he did. That's the only part about him conducting himself that actually hurt him.
So
there's a
how
thing
y'all
called
feel about how LeBron carries himself?
I think he's phony.
LeBron?
He's a perpetual liar, but that's cool.
Yeah, I just think he's funny. Like, bottom line.
What you lie on? Hey,
I ain't gonna lie. He does come off as like a fake ass nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
Fill me in. What do you do?
I'm sorry. Not just
Hey,
no, just in general. No, because I'm always
not on some bullshit,
LeBron,
just his persona. That's what I perceive.
LeBron, he gets a lot of hate.
He gets a lot of hate basketball.
He's a good basketball player. Like,
It's a lot of basketball hate.
He gets a lot of hate, but my thing. So
I don't think he gets that much hate, to be honest.
I think he gets a lot. I think
it's because he's constantly, because he did it to himself compared to Jordan. Like that's the only hate that he really did.
But Brandon's not talking about
social media.
basketball wise.
Hold on, we're not talking about basketball. Jordan didn't have social media.
But most of the hate that I see on LeBron is about basketball. It's not about.
No, a lot of the hate I see, if it's the basketball, I get how he comes off with that. But my thing is, the dude had all this publicity coming out of high school.
That's true.
Yeah.
When you got Shaq showing up to your high school games, and my thing is like, I think the dude has handled that better than, I don't know, anybody could handle that.
I agree.
For all these years.
Yeah.
And then the stuff he doesn't get in trouble. The only thing we really heard about, he may have slept with Rihanna.
Right, he cheated on his wife.
But he's been.
I don't really care about that though. Like that's
no one cares. But he's had this family. Dude don't get in trouble. But it's just like the whole shut up and dribble stuff, right?
I would.
He tries to use his platform. My thing is like I'm not, because I'm a Kobe guy. I'm not big on LeBron. But then there was one day I was like, well, I'm not gonna sit here and argue about MJ, Kobe, and LeBron because that's the order, right? They're all great. Let me enjoy it. With LeBron, though, and people be like, oh, well, I hate him because of the Miami decision. All right, cool, but the dude does so much stuff off the court. That's when I became a fan of the guy.
I can't see. Here's my issue.
Hold on,
go ahead.
He uses his platform to speak up, but every time he speaks up, everyone's upset. They're like, well, why are you talking, nigga? I just feel like.
I mean, there might be some, but see, I look at it from the other angle because the moment that shit was going down in China, he didn't say a damn thing. He only talked about how much we love our fans in China, which meant he was not willing to go against that grain. That's the bottom line.
Is he supposed to take on every battle though? Because knowing like the few battles he tried to take on,
Mims said he got to pick and choose on his platform.
I mean,
I
can agree with that. I can see that.
I mean, he ain't no revolutionary, so I mean,
I agree. Oh no.
He ain't one of us anymore.
He got to pick and choose. But in this last one with the Jerry Jones shit,
I liked what he said. I like what he said, to be honest. Like when he was saying, "I'm surprised none of y'all asked me any questions about that."
Knowing he's a Cowboys fan.
I literally was like. Okay, LeBron. It's like, I don't even
want Chris, my boy.
Chris Paul.
Come on, Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Chris Paul. Yeah.
Now somebody say Chris, my boy.
I think all them rich people are. I mean, they all are fake, and they all got their times where they choose what they want to talk about and then not talk about.
But would you be that way at work?
I mean, you can't speak on everything.
Nigga, I don't talk about shit at work, man.
No, but I'm
not controversial.
I'm talking about the stuff that happened in China.
Like I'll talk to y'all.
In other words, hold on,
Marz.
In other words, you would shut up and dribble.
Fuck yeah, shit.
Okay, be honest about it.
Ain't no fake, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Fake.
What I'm gonna do is, if I want to say something,
I think he picked.
If I want to say something, then I'll say it. But I'm not gonna say it in a way that's gonna get me fucked up.
All right. Well, you just said the same thing about LeBron.
Yeah,
just called him fake, and he. So if he fake, you fake.
How the fuck I'm fake if I'm saying something about?
But then you applaud Kanye every time he speaks. But when LeBron do it, it's like, oh, that nigga fake. That's the thing. Like,
what you mean? Both of them niggas fake. Both of them niggas are fake.
Y'all say how LeBron pick and choose, his platform. It seems like we pick and choose when we want to support our people.
Okay, I think y'all misunderstand.
I'm not supporting Kanye.
When I say fake,
I'm not supporting Kanye.
When I'm saying fake, I'm not saying like
pick your favorite. Pick your favorite.
What I'm saying,
I can't pick him.
Fake,
he definitely ain't up there.
Like he doesn't give a fuck. What I'm saying is, like, okay, look at Kaepernick. He kneeled. That's the opposite of fake. That's real. He said, "Fuck y'all."
It was real, but it ran out. And when it got really real,
then he fell short. But what I'm saying is that right there was a real statement during the time. He took a kneel. He said, "Fuck y'all. This is what I'm doing." Niggas ain't doing that. Like niggas ain't stopping the show to make a point. And that's what I'm saying about fake. Like niggas say they give a fuck, but my nigga, millions of dollars. I know you got families. I know you got lifestyles and all of that shit. But when you got millions of dollars, you could do certain things that normal niggas like us that just talk about it can't. So I'm just saying, a little more action would be appreciated from these niggas. So we ain't got to sit up here and speculate.
Out of all that, once again, it's only 2 basketball players that do shit. I'm like, yo, I fuck with them. One is LeBron. Cause what he does with the school, the scholarships, all this shit. And y'all can call it whatever you want. He put all his homies on. They all businessmen now. And the other one is fucking Tim Duncan. Because he don't talk about shit he does. When I say that dude probably do the most, and I'm just like, their approaches are different because LeBron is such a Kobe did a lot, man. He, rest in
And Lillard does a lot actually. He just doesn't broadcast it.
Yeah, and then it's like a lot of these cats they do stuff, but I don't know. I don't think LeBron fake at all. I think he, because y'all don't question no one.
I don't think he's a bad person.
Tom Brady.
I don't think
Tom
he's a
Brady
bad
is an
person.
attention
It's just
whore,
the
but we
placement.
accept it. But if LeBron do the same thing, it's an issue.
Man,
I don't
Brady
think.
too, nigga.
I've heard LeBron. So I'm a Brady fan. I'm a Patriots fan, like legit. And I've literally heard LeBron speak more than Brady in the and LeBron hasn't even been playing as long as Brady.
But
I've literally heard LeBron's voice more than I've heard Tom Brady's voice.
Is Brady not an attention whore?
Compared to what?
Now, since he's left.
Since he's been in Tampa, yeah.
I mean, that's very recent though.
That's super recent.
See how y'all
it's still not the
you making
same,
an
really.
excuse. You making an excuse for it.
I mean,
Here's my question.
It's not I've heard LeBron's voice dramatically more than I've heard Tom Brady's. And I'm a Patriots
in these last 3 years, because it's been 3.
But
right?
how you gonna take a man who had a 22-year career and say, but in the last 3?
Nah, I am.
What about the 19 years?
No, because y'all won't harp on it.
There's something that Tom Brady has done that's even close to the decision that LeBron did going to Miami.
Not the decision.
Him fucking his team.
Isn't that basketball related?
No, I'm just saying he made a whole TV show about
But I said earlier, people judge LeBron off the decision. And I'm like, I don't.
No, that's one of the things they judge him off of. But again, that usually is only being brought up when he's comparing himself to Jordan.
Yeah.
Like
which nobody likes.
Look, I'll say it like this. I'm a Celtics fan. I'm everything Boston, okay? So I'm a Celtics fan. Can't stand the Lakers. Fuck the Lakers. That's how I feel about the Lakers. With that being said, I think it's insulting that LeBron is even compared to Kobe. I think it's insulting.
Facts.
I don't think LeBron should be able to.
I don't know who compares him to Kobe, because I don't.
Dumbass niggas on the internet.
Listen what I'm saying. It's a Celtics fan talking. I don't think he should be up there with Kobe, Magic, or Kareem. Like that's insulting to these greats. Now Kareem did way more outside the court than LeBron has done. Way more. So did Bill Russell. So why are those two not mentioned? And I get heated when it comes to this conversation because people talk about how great he is off the. Who did more than Bill Russell? Like he was out there with
no one did more than Bill
civil rights movement shit. Like what are you talking about? Like so that's all I'm saying is like it pisses me off when people talk about the kids.
Hey, are we talking about it being basketball?
Hey, somebody from my chat.
No, but I'm saying
it's more than basketball.
Basketball is what it is.
You said what, Trey?
People always try to take it from basketball to what they do off the court when trying to compare him as the GOAT against Jordan. And it's like realistically,
I don't.
Close to Kareem.
Look, chat saying it's a landslide. Brian, a landslide, bro.
And landslide in what?
But based on what?
He won the race all the time.
The only reason he's going to pass Kareem is because he's going to play longer. That's really it.
It's not a comparison to who.
And Kareem did 2 his whole career. All he did was about 2.
It doesn't matter, bro. Like I don't think that really matters.
I'm waiting.
We waiting for the answer.
Oh, okay.
Hey, this is my boy Will. Will, what you mean comparison Bron or landslide? I mean, it's not a comparison.
Yeah, he's talking about Bron to. You got to be kidding.
I mean, I already told y'all my list. I got Bron too.
He said Bron. He said Bron the greatest player. That's what he said.
Oh hell no! You high as hell, bro. You smoking that shit I smoke.
I'm gonna say something real quick. When people, y'all have to think, because I was going over my greatest all time football teams, right? There's a point where, because I'm pushing 40, I'm 80s baby, so I've seen some of these old school cats play.
Old ass nickel.
To where I've seen
Wow.
Nigga, fossil
Yeah.
boy.
I had to give it to him.
That's
I had to give it to him. I know he's
That
been
nigga
waiting on
gas
that.
tank.
Yo, I be shitting on Mitch. We
Bro,
the same
let me
age.
tell you that this nigga's like 2 months younger than me.
He
The
said I'm
thing,
pushing
though,
40, you know what I'm saying?
But when people, you really have to break down to what I know how great Muhammad Ali is. I'm a boxing fan, but I've came up to watching Floyd Mayweather my entire life and other boxers, Tyson and other so many. Right. The thing is, as a fan, am I gonna go back and watch fucking Thriller Manila in black and white? I have watched it.
I watched it, yeah.
But I didn't experience it. So I get the concept when some people are like, hey, like I know of Lawrence Taylor for football. I know how great this dude is.
Yeah.
I watched that though.
But this is like I didn't grow up watching him. Now I can defend Jerry Rice because of the time frame, even though they played in the same era. But I'm a Deion guy. To me, Deion is the greatest defensive back. I will argue.
I don't think anybody argues that though.
Corner, they shouldn't. But I have one friend he'll argue Rod Woodson.
Really?
Because at corner and safety. But Deion's a guy.
I think the closest you come to Deion is probably like Ronnie Lott. I don't think there's too many.
As a DB, but even as a corner, because I was a corner, my second greatest corner is Charles Woodson, and I just can't see anything.
No, nigga, we not.
But the thing though, some people they gotta argue their point. So I can feel if they're defending their generation. So some of these cats, I get like they don't know who the fuck Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is.
They don't speak on the GOAT. That's all I say.
Yeah, everybody don't know.
Like this is my big thing. I hate when like
oh my goodness.
Say we're talking about rap, right? And people, you're gonna shoot the top 5 all time, and it won't be a person named that was out before 2000. And it's like the hell, like you know, it was greatest of all time, not of your time. Like if you don't know, then just shut the fuck up. Like this ain't the topic you good on. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't trying to start no drama, but you was talking about DBs, and that my same homie said Deion and Champ.
No, everybody agrees that though. Like, I don't think anybody.
Champ Bailey is on my list, so
I don't think Champ is better than Rod Woodson.
I would agree with that.
As an overall DB
my second,
as an overall DB or at the corner.
As a corner, I probably Rondé pretty up there though.
At corner, I give it a Champ, but at overall DB, Rod Woodson, because he played corner, then went to free safety, and he was all pro.
Stop it, Mark. You just trolling.
Hey, NBA.
Hey man, he the new wave now, man.
I don't even know who this dude is. I hear the name, but I'm like,
You probably know his face from memes or something.
He got some fire songs. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't care. Like, what are we talking about? If you're talking about like, that's what I'm saying is if we're talking about GOAT, like especially if you're talking about top 5, and not one person is mentioned from any of the other eras, then you just don't know what you're talking about. Like that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying you gotta say they're the best, but if everybody in the galaxy says Lawrence Taylor is the best ever, and not just because you didn't see him, like, nah, fuck that. It's retarded. I never saw Lawrence play. That's stupid. Like we're talking about the GOAT. We're not talking about your favorite.
My only rebuttal, because I agree with you, LT.
Undisputed, yeah.
If someone a little younger than us argued that Aaron Donald was one of
the greatest like defensive player ever, or like linebacker, because Aaron Donald's a lineman.
Well, he's
lineman. He's not the same position.
We'd have to go defensive player.
Deion wins. It's between Deion and Lawrence Taylor. There's no other like. It's between Deion and Lawrence Taylor.
But what if it's some younger cat, a little bit younger, and they grew up watching? You know what?
It's no one. It's no one, bro. And if they said someone else, I would say
no one's had that. Dude, these dudes dominated that shit for so long.
I'm like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's it. Like, there's no other like argument at that point. I
can't even entertain it myself.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to bring a different argument. I can't. Yes, no.
That's why I don't like the comparison to Jordan, bro. Nobody's fucking with that nigga.
No, I mean,
except Kobe. Except Kobe.
No, people above Kobe. But what I'm saying is that people don't properly look at it. You got Bill Russell with 11 rings in 13 seasons. You got Kareem with just as many rings as Jordan, and he's got the record for most points ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are we like having these conversations and not properly having them? That's all I'm saying. I'm not because for me, Bill Russell's the GOAT. Like, I don't know how you argue with 11 rings in 13 seasons. I don't know how you argue with that. LeBron
plays segregation ball.
got 4 rings.
He's the GOAT, but yeah, my favorite
he plays segregation ball.
But I can't put no.
No, see, the reason I can't say that is because who was his main rival? Will Chamberlain, which a lot of people put in their top 5.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? And he got 11 rings in Will Chamberlain's top.
I don't think anybody has Will Chamberlain in their top 5, but that would be a first if I ever heard something like that.
I'm trying to get off the sports topic.
Okay.
So we can keep Sue and Joe engaged. But I'm gonna read.
They go to sleep.
Don't y'all react. Just take what the chat say. 2 messages from my boy Will. He said old heads watch different GOATs than younger people. Watching and knowing is different. I don't know what that means. Then he said Bill Russell. He said Bill Russell played nobody. And he said, bruh had the best team in the NBA back then, and it was only 10 teams.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
So, hey, look.
Those are facts.
Don't react.
He said don't react. So that
man, don't react. That is facts. Trey,
that's not happening.
Hey, Trey. Tell where he cooking. Tell where he cooking right now.
Dude, wow, motherfucker, bro. Hey, you know what? Steve Kerr. I think it was Steve Kerr talking to Bill Russell. It might have been Kareem, but it was one of them talking to Steve Kerr. And he said that in our league, Steve Kerr does not make the NBA. And you go, why? It's like, because we only had 10 teams or whatever, right? Fair enough. That meant that the only way you get in the league is if you're one of the greats. Like, because there's not enough teams for the role players. There are no role players. Everyone's good. Like so I remember them saying that conversation. Steve Kerr, who was a champion, he was like, it's actually a pretty good point if you think about it.
That's funny because Steve Kerr is probably more skilled than half the niggas back then in that time period.
Right,
so I'm pretty sure if
you're talking about you're skipping time. Like
but if he said that, I'm just going off what Steve Kerr has done.
No.
Hey, Utah beating USC.
No, but you also got to think it like Jerry Russell. Jerry Russell's talking about, Jerry Russell's like, if I grew up in this era instead of my era, I would still be a great in this era because I would have the same access to food and health and all that stuff that you guys have. Like my personality and my skill set is what it is. So if I grew up in this era, the greats of my era would still be great in this era. They still dominated their peers. That's who they were. So to say that if they had the same nutrition and everything that the kids today have, that they wouldn't dominate their peers is unlikely because it's who they are personality-wise that allowed them to be those greats, like regardless of what the situation was. So like the problem with young people is they just ignore the fact that these were men who dominated their peers. And that's what it ultimately boiled down to. The men today dominate their peers. Could like a role player today trash all the people in the 50s if he just teleported to the 50s? Probably. But that's not what would happen. If those players grew up during this time with this nutrition, this workout, all of that, the weights, everything, getting size after every game, getting paid millions of dollars, the people who dominated would still likely dominate. That's a scientific, realistic way of looking at it.
Like if Jordan was in 2022 in his prime.
He like that a little bit.
Alton, pause, bro.
Hey, good
he was saying a lot. He was saying a
Joe
lot.
and Sue, bro. Let's not lose.
No, I ain't trying to lose Joe and Sue. We know we gotta have the twins on here.
No, you're good.
She's like a real mom.
You're good. You're good. I'm just listening.
Oh, that's why I don't put my input.
They learning. They're gonna be able to talk some shit.
One day, I'll be able to engage in the sports section.
Talk.
All I say is
I can't repeat it, Brandon, because then you're gonna start and you're gonna say the same thing.
But I heard something. I was taking a piss. I heard something.
Good topic, y'all. Good topic.
Y'all can continue. Like I said,
I just want to know what it was. I just want to know what it was.
He got back on his next slide piece.
No, but
Trey,
I'm gonna say
it is never ending though.
I'm gonna say this.
That's a good conversation.
Trey, what was it?
I'm gonna say this.
I'm gonna say this about the 50s and the 60s. I mean, obviously, yeah, they dominated their peers.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you, Brandon. I'm gonna drop it in the chat, bro.
They dominated their peers of that time period, but we also have to take into account that a lot of their peers didn't even make the NBA because they were, segregated against, or they had to play in another league.
Absolutely.
So I mean, they didn't really dominate everybody they could have dominated.
Actually, no. By the time Bill Russell's run was going, they had combined. So that's not really.
What do you mean? You talking about ABA and the?
I mean, like
ABA didn't combine until like.
No, you're right. That was Dr. J's era. So
that was Dr. J.
That was a little later.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, so I'm just saying, like they didn't. So Bill Russell didn't really. I mean, he don't get me wrong. He played against. What's his name?
To say Bill Russell played nobody with Wilt Chamberlain?
He played other people. He played Wilt Chamberlain. I think he played a young
Oscar Robertson.
He played like a Oscar came in later on in those years. Who else? You had Pete Maravich. You had Bob Cousy on his team.
Yeah.
You had plenty of good players that were in the league. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of those guys, like before black people got into the league, those guys were really. I mean, they were good, I guess, for the time being. But like, as soon as black people was integrated into the NBA, they just straight up dominated. Like Oscar Robertson showed that he was a better point guard than Bob Cousy. You can look at Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain as obvious examples of like black men getting into the NBA and just dominating the league because.
Right, but I don't think that changes the narrative though. Like,
I'm not trying to change it.
I'm saying there are only a few names you're going to name from that era. Period. Those are the stars. Like, we're not like just because one star. LeBron is the best player today. That doesn't change the fact that Dame Lillard's a dope ass player. That doesn't change the fact that Giannis is a dope ass player. You get what I'm saying? So just because LeBron dominates, to a certain degree, or Steph Curry dominates as much as LeBron, but just because those two players have 8 of the rings in the last 20 years does not change the fact that there are other stars in the league. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm not. I 100%. There was obvious, like you said, there was obvious other stars in the league.
Yeah, because a lot of people put Oscar. I've heard a lot of older people say Oscar Robinson's their GOAT. I've heard a lot of older people say that, particularly when Jordan was still playing and they didn't want to give him that. A lot of people would say Oscar Robertson was the GOAT at that time. You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah, but just because they put him as the GOAT don't change the fact that Bob Cousy was dope or that Jerry West was dope or whatever.
Yeah, but my thing is like when you seen more black people being integrated into the league. Bob Cousy, while he was a star, don't get me wrong, he was a star in that time period. We seen that a lot of those individuals, black people in particular, black NBA players, they were ways ahead in terms of efficiency, in terms of scoring, in terms of just being athletic.
Yeah.
As opposed to those guys that we were, like I mentioned earlier, like Pete Maravich and Bob Cousy and Walter Reeves and all that good jazz. So it's like, look, I mean, they were good. But my thing is, the reason why I don't have Bill Russell as the GOAT or I don't have Wilt Chamberlain in my top 5 is because of the fact that they didn't really play against individuals that were on par with them throughout their entire career, other than like Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell. That was kind of.
I'm saying they played against each other.
And then they play like they both play like a young Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but that's a different conversation for another time. So for the most part, they played against each other, but there were players outside of the league that were not able to get into the league because either A, they were still being segregated against, they didn't really want these NBA players to be all the NBA players to be black, or they was playing in the ABA. So it's like they didn't really dominate the field.
So what player do you think? What player do you think was not in the NBA that would have dominated Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain?
I mean, they probably wouldn't have played. They probably wouldn't have played. Well, Wilt Chamberlain probably would have played him. I think Dr. J would have been great. I think
that's like Kareem era.
Well, he can't.
All right, bro. Hey.
You muted him, bro?
Let's go, bro.
That's messed up. That is messed up.
Let's go, bro.
Hey, that's jacked up, bro.
I heard that mute. That shit cut the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I was like, dang. I thought I was going deaf. I was like,
it's fine.
My shit not working.
Can I say one more thing? Can I just say one more thing, please, before we move on?
I was like, my headset not working, nigga.
Half the sentence.
When he got muted, I felt that shit.
My thing is, to me, the greatest player of all time will, for the most part, for me anyway, would be Michael Jordan. And then it'll be LeBron James. And that's really it. I mean, we got a discussion later on about
Kobe, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah,
mute this nigga.
Hey, calm down.
LeBron.
Calm down.
I don't know how people put LeBron second.
Can y'all let me finish? Can y'all let me finish?
Man, what's the criteria?
Hold on, am I
how dare he have his opinion?
on my wall right now.
Hold on, man.
That's funny.
Hold
I
on.
got Joe. I got, bro. I am a Kobe fan. I'm a Kobe stan.
Man, I can't fucking tell. Kobe stan, nigga.
No, I'm a Kobe stan.
Put him third.
Let me finish.
Yo, who muted me, bro? Stop playing.
Hey, that was an accident.
Brandon tried to figure out the computer.
Oh, it's trying to mute. Oh.
It's gonna be controversial when I say this. Kobe is not even a top 5 player, but
my bad, man.
Oh,
man,
you said he's not a top 5?
That's not that controversial.
Cannot agree.
That's not that controversial. A lot of people. He's top 10. A lot of people don't put him top 5. That you got to think about who he's passing. You got to think about who he's passing.
Okay,
like
that, but this nigga played LeBron second though.
LeBron should be
watching the football game.
Hey, it is what it is. We can go ahead.
Let me ask one question. Real talk. Alton, I really want your response to this. Real talk. How can you put LeBron second of all time when a player during his era has as many rings as he does?
Because of his body of work. It's not just about
body of work. How? Steph Curry's body of work is the same amount of rings with the same team. LeBron has been a mercenary to get his rings, and Steph has been just as successful.
Oh, okay. I'm not saying anything about how he got his rings. I'm talking about the
on the same team.
It's not just the rings. It's the stats. It's the accolades. It's the contest. Then you add these things into context. So for me, like I said, LeBron James
is the only unanimous MVP in NBA history. What are we talking about?
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, he's the only one. But that in that same year, he also lost to LeBron James. So I mean,
no, but what I'm saying is that Steph has taken 4 rings from LeBron.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna say he's taking 4 rings. I mean, he
not having more than 4 rings.
I mean, he took 2, 3.
Hey, Mitch, I got a question for you, Mitch. Hold on.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, they said Tim. He said, please don't. No, Mims said kill the convo. He don't want me to ask it, bro.
Who is Mims? Go ahead.
All right. My boy Will said. He said Tim Duncan got 5, just like Kobe. So why Kobe number 2?
I didn't put Kobe at 2.
LeBron
These niggas got Kobe.
That is the
no. I think Tim Duncan and Kobe, or whatever placement they are, they're one and then the other. Whichever one you put in front, they're like back to back, like 5, 6, 3, 4, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even care which one you put before the other, because Tim Duncan is unquestionably the best power forward ever. He's the best power forward ever. And Kobe is not the best shooting guard ever. So like that's Michael Jordan. You get what I'm saying? Who's the best center ever? It's either Kareem, Bill Russell, or Shaq, right? Like that's really, or maybe Wilt, right? It's one of those 4 for the best center ever. So like I'm like, you can't be the GOAT if you're not even the best in your position. That's all I'm saying. Like that's kind of how I look at it. So Jordan is the best shooting guard ever. I don't think anybody's gonna argue that, right? Kobe's probably 2. I would put him at 2. Best shooting guard ever, right? Who's the best point guard ever?
What's that? Who the best shooting for? I meant the best small forward.
That's a great question. Like, honestly, that's the big debate, right? Because realistically, like LeBron technically is a small forward, but LeBron's a point guard. And if he's a point guard, he's not the best. You're going to put Magic and Isaiah above him. If you have him as a small forward, then it's between him and Larry Bird, and most people probably go LeBron, but he really doesn't play small forward. He's a point guard. It's really how he plays. So I'm like, the best small forward ever for me is Larry Bird. So it's like I don't like, that's really the debate. It depends on how you classify. Like, so that's really how I look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Put this in the chat. This funny as hell, bro.
What he said? What Will said?
Wonderful topic. All right, new topic, y'all. Rhode Island's reparations program will allow white residents to apply for funds.
Huh?
I don't get what you mean.
What is the program?
I don't know. I'm just reading the slide.
What?
But what's the? I don't know what the program.
Reparations
What's the
for what,
context?
though?
Oh,
Yeah, what's the
hold on.
Yeah, what's the
context? Like,
context?
what
I
is
got
what
you
does
for
it
a link,
mean?
Will.
I just read the slide, man. What y'all want me to do?
I'm guessing. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm getting from it.
Up.
So basically, Rhode Island's having a reparation program, which is allowing white residents to apply for the funds that's coming from the reparations. And I'm guessing the reparations is supposed to be for people of slave descendant. So if white people have some slave descendants in their family history, I'm guessing they'll be able to apply for it and get reparations. That's what I'm getting from.
That's not surprising. They did the same thing with Native Americans back in the day.
Man, we
They
say
paid
the same
five.
shit.
They paid $5 to get all Native Americans.
$5 Indian. You know
Yep,
about that?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm from Oklahoma, bro. What killed me, being from there, right? These cats get all this free shit. Tell me why one day I'm in the army, I meet a pure white man. He's like, yeah, I'm from Oklahoma, and I get all this shit, this, and that. And I'm like, how? He's like, oh, I'm native. This motherfucker's like Russian, dude. And I was like, you know what?
I wrote a policy for someone. I wrote a policy from this dude, and he said he was Caucasian. But when at the end, when you do it, if you're a Native American and you have the papers to prove it, you don't pay a deductible and you have an out-of-pocket max. All your shit's free.
But then,
so I was like, how did you get the
$5 Indian?
We can feel like we're
when you look back into the history, the $5 Indian.
Yep.
And I was like, dude,
I was like, wow, that's
some
amazing.
grimy shit, man.
We can identify.
And I got
anything.
two great grandmothers who were full-blooded Native Americans, so I was like, wow.
If I say I'm an Indian, goddamn it, I'm a fucking Indian.
I wake up and I
You gotta be able to
like
trace it
I
back.
identify as
I don't know how the fuck they did
That's
it.
right, Spencer.
Wait,
Tell
what
him.
you say you identify as, Spence?
an Indian. I can just wake up one day and just feel like I'm
Yep,
something
tell
else
him.
that I'm not. And
Indian
has to
I
accept
said,
it.
Everybody got to accept it.
You're already saying,
Y'all
you're
saw
saying
it.
the wrong thing.
I sent pictures of this thing, and
Hey,
it was
not
like
facts.
this demon trying to get into heaven. I
Nah,
identify as an angel. He's like, nah, man, we don't play that game.
Indian, then take your ass back to India.
Yeah,
All right,
Indian.
but those of us who are Native American,
Yeah, Native
want our reparations.
Cause that, and then the thing, like, and this
Hey,
is
Spencer
sad.
Foles, look at him.
Coming from Oklahoma, a lot of my people swear up and down they got Cherokee in them.
Yeah.
every black person got some
Every
Cherokee.
black person got some.
We don't.
Every
Bro,
black
when,
person
dude, I was
swear
so
they got some
happy.
Indian.
My pops did the little paperwork and shit, traced us back. I was like, so do we have any Cherokee in us? He's like, 0%.
Damn.
Ain't none of that shit in us. We
Yeah.
come from
What
over
what
there.
was that thing called when they actually started doing that? It was like back
The
in
DNA.
Washington.
So
era.
you got the bullshit. Then there's the African ancestors that
No, they started to like literally go door to door and try to like categorize people based off how they look. I can't
the
remember
census?
the name. Yeah, the census.
Oh, so that's how they did
yeah.
it. That's how they got the $5 Indians, right?
Yeah,
Nah,
they went,
bro, you gotta
no,
look into.
it's
You got that's a whole.
the one drop
That's a
method
whole
came after they
history
just couldn't stop mixing everybody. It was like fuck it, we just gonna one drop
Yeah,
it. They got
it's
one
really
drop.
like
Like
they
people-
they would sell like a cert to like the white man back in the day, and the shit paid off years later. It's still paying off, but it's a whole. Oklahoma got a lot of history. I'd be like, damn,
That's weird, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds weird, but okay.
No, look it up, bro. It
You gotta look it up.
real.
Look it up.
Hey, something that Jones
Caucasians
said that,
are the only one that
sparked-
don't have their own shit and when everybody else shit. That's funny.
Yep.
I mean,
Now
that's
they better
the
get
history of the world, right?
True.
Yeah.
They better get
the world, bro.
reparations.
Like, they don't got their own culture. They don't got their own shit. They always want everybody else shit.
That's the history of the world, bro. They wanted spices. Now they don't eat spices.
Or they want us.
They still can't. They still don't cook with spices, salt and pepper.
I like how Illinois did it though. They that shit was crazy. When Illinois they gave reparations like $400,000 to black families that qualified
each.
Yeah, to buy a house. Like that was the point.
Yeah,
nice.
$400,000 to buy a house. Yeah, and it was I think it was a 10 million total for funding. So it was basically
wow.
You know, we're gonna knock out 20 families or whatever the case. You know, so it was a start, and that was a city. It wasn't the whole state. It was just one city. So I think it was like Evanston or Everston or something like that. You know,
that's good. That's what I'm talking about. Shit,
Somebody
action,
got something. Yeah.
action. God damn it!
and that was like last March, I think, March or April.
Okay.
Last spring for sure.
Something
That's
Jones
weird,
has
though.
said about
What else we got?
about what he say
Jones, what we
about
doing?
identifying with what do you want to
What's our next
identify.
controversial
Mark
topic?
trying to say something, you talking over him.
Who?
You talking
Thanks,
over Mark. He trying to say something, you talked over him.
Look at Mama Joe.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was saying that something Jones has said that sparked my memory that identifies what you want with what you want to. We had a soldier that came from senior leaders course, and his 1059 is using the they them now. That just struck me as that we're getting pulled into the lifestyle.
So
it's
if they
happening.
have,
Why you say get pulled into the lifestyle?
do y'all still have male and female PT scale or no?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
So what scale would they go on?
They or them.
No, they go on the scale they use is whatever is in deer.
What?
They got what the fuck? They got a they them scale, nigga.
They get a happy medium right between. You don't get
We making your own exclusive scale.
This soldier may or may not have passed.
Depending on which one.
You can't do less than a man. You can't do
depending on the scale.
It's honestly so it's based on what they have in deers, regardless of what they identify as. So if they fully have transitioned, then they can get it switched in deers. But
what I'm telling you is
you can't be both. You got to be one of the other. So
they had the verbiage as they them.
No, I can see that for the 1059, but I'm saying whatever is there in deers has to be one or the other.
Like if you identify as a female, you're doing a female PT test. Like if that's what you are.
They could have easily said soldier member.
No, because I had to deal with it from a recruiting point of view. So like the deers piece is really all that they go off of. But if they have deers put them in as a female and they're biologically a male, then they do everything with a female.
I mean, at this point, we should just go by numbers, man. We shouldn't even have names on our name plates. I'm serious because if you want to
be like 8,000,000.
That prisoner method. Now a barcode, nigga. Oh shit. Okay.
I don't really know how
Soldier 15674.
Yeah, right.
Soldier 15674, please come up.
I mean, they already do that.
We have our DOD ID numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, go by DOD.
Oh, you guys, so Day, I know some of you guys know Day. You guys play Overwatch with him. He goes by Yogi. He was in our chat.
Oh, that nigga, nah, bro. He gotta go.
Oh wow.
Damn, he trashed.
Why he gotta go? Why he gotta go?
Why you say that?
Cause
Why he
bro, he be talking smack about One Piece. He be talking smack about One Punch Man.
Oh, how dare you have an opinion?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Niggas can't have opinions.
I thought he was like a real rah-rah.
Hey, not only can you not have opinions.
Yeah, I thought he really
they're
was.
not talking about
He ain't said nothing about Gundam, so I might let him slide.
Yeah,
That's why I draw the line. That's why I draw the line.
allowed to have an opinion.
I don't even want to talk about Gundam.
Exactly.
You really put in the chat like Gundam was the first fucking anime to.
No.
Black
I didn't say
character.
first. I didn't never say first.
No, but I'm saying you acted like it was like one of the first animes. To
If
depict
that's
a
how you
unique
interpret it,
black
that I was
character.
acting.
Hey, ask
my
him.
apologies.
He can
But-
whatever group. Ask him if he knows
I don't apologize.
about the Tokyo Tower.
No,
Oh
he's
my God.
Yeah. Ask him if you know about the
Control
Tokyo
Alt
Tower.
Delete.
He's in here right
Do
now.
you know about the Tokyo Tower?
Hey Jones, what's the Tokyo Tower?
Oh, get the fuck out.
Here to answer.
Nigga, you asking the wrong person. I don't know Japan's whole history.
You canceled, nigga.
Tokyo wasn't even Tokyo historically speaking.
At least they indulge in the history.
Who the fuck is that? Victorious skin.
What'd he say?
He didn't say nothing. He's in the chat.
He didn't say anything.
He trying to Google it. That's why.
He's in the, on the pod. He's not saying
Get
nothing.
rid of him.
He's
Man
on the
who was
pod, but he's
fired
not
for
saying
refusing
anything.
to get drinks after work wins legal right to be boring at work.
How much you was fired for that?
What?
I don't even know what the world's coming to now.
No. Wait, let me speak on this shit.
Get
Let me speak on this shit here. When I was a contractor, that shit don't happen like in the government world. You can't do this.
Yeah.
When I was a contractor, bruh, they be like, "Hey, we having a barbecue. You coming?" And I was like, "I ain't going to that shit, man." Cause like I got off at like 2:30. The barbecue was like from 3 to like 6. I'm like, no, I'm not going.
I'm gonna waste my day there, nigga.
Man, them motherfuckers looked at me and was like,
can't fuck with him,
bro. You better go. Like, go. Like the company, the prime, they all gonna be here. And I was like,
it's mandatory.
At the time, I was like, fuck it, I go, bro. It was like, nigga, it was like 3 contractors who didn't go. And when we got that new contract, guess what? 3 niggas didn't get picked up.
Ooh,
damn.
That's
fucked up. That's fucked up.
Nah, I believe that. It's like the mandatory fun days, man. You go
true.
if you don't want to.
I don't give a fuck. They don't get to dictate how I use my free time.
Yeah, the hell they do, nigga. They just did it.
Yeah,
they just did.
Yeah, they definitely did. Apparently,
Black ass is fired.
No, but it's like
he says someone's contract isn't
So
nigga, we gotta worry about.
A spot just opened up.
they said he won though. You know what I'm saying?
That's like the Army when they recommend you to go to some shit and say it's
We
not
behoove
mandatory, but you got that feeling like it is mandatory. It's
Yeah.
like y'all don't gotta.
I'm gonna get in trouble if I don't go.
I highly suggest.
It's like, damn,
That's
is
just
this
like-
shit mandatory or is it not?
That's when you pat him on the
Right.
shoulder and you squeeze.
No,
you should
bro, we
definitely
had a Christmas
consider
party.
it.
We had a Christmas party, and this
They
dude
love-
said
they
he
love
didn't
saying
want to
it,
go, and the sergeant major was like, "Nah." He's like, "I want all E4s and below to go to it." Bro was like, "I ain't going." So, and when he ain't buy his ticket, bro had to do staff duty that night.
Damn. He said,
I mean,
I'm
you
gonna
ain't
make
gotta
sure
go,
making this
but-
for your ass.
Is it not? It ain't. He's like, well, if you ain't going,
Was
we
it
need
worth
somebody
it?
to be on
Yeah,
Get
duty.
was
yourself
it
busy,
worth it?
nigga. We need
Hey,
somebody cover
everybody
down
else at the
anyway.
party. You know, somebody got to cover.
We had a detailed plan anyway, nigga.
I mean, how do you deal with that from the leadership point of view? I'm actually curious. What do y'all think?
What if you
Like, so in that sergeant major situation, right?
Oh, okay.
I want everybody at this event, right? Hey, first sergeants, if any of your soldiers not gonna be at this event, we need somebody to cover down anyways. You feel me? Like, so it ain't really a punishment, but fuck, I want everybody at the event. So the one who's gonna do it, he can. You know, what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
just tell us just say it's mandatory then.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah, don't give me a choice.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, not only is it mandatory,
I hate that shit.
you gonna be in uniform.
Right. Is that I can't even be comfortable.
Yeah. Like you got me doing it, hey, show up in uniform, motherfucker.
Hey, it's mandatory fun, bro. That's just terrible.
Now we're gonna have
have duty.
That's just terrible.
They should have list out a month prior.
We had one
I'm
recently.
gonna hit him
We had a battalion function recently, and I was just like, "Top, is this shit mandatory or not?" He's like, "Fuck no." And I was like, "Yeah, because I'm not telling my guys they gotta do this shit."
So
Yes,
that's the
I
thing.
heard.
I ain't gonna lie. For me, when I say I get away with, I don't go to shit. I don't go to meetings. I don't go to formations. I don't do PT.
Damn, that nigga not even in the army, bro. He just
hold on now. I will show up to run a jump, and then I disappear. That's
we about to change that.
All that nigga do is jump out of plane.
Try.
We don't do none of the
Try,
other
nigga.
army
We
stuff.
about to have that.
Try, Mark. You can go to IG if you need to. But when I say motherfucker, bro, I walk around this motherfucker like Wesley Snipes.
I mean, you already look like him.
That's all.
Yeah.
They give you a pass.
Got you walking around like
They say, hey, man, that nigga do us like
G
G Money. Don't fuck with that nigga.
Bro, I even talked to my boss one day. He was like, "Hey, cause I passed a little inspection and shit." And then our other unit complained about not having enough time. He was like, "Hey, so Brandon, do you feel we give you enough time?" I was like, "Honestly, sir, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all let me do whatever the fuck I want. So I just show up and I make sure shit is straight, and then I disappear." He's like, "Yeah, I know." So I was like, "You ain't gonna get no arguments from me, but I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, I just let my dick hang out at work, man. I just get away with it."
Why was it a pause before you said it? It's like
the thing though, it's
he looked around.
Man, like the army.
Hey, it's penis or vagina. Penis or vagina.
I don't know, dude. I get away with nigga for 19 years. I've been getting away with shit. Probably why I make EA, but I don't give a fuck. I had fun, but I know for a fact.
Yeah, but you made 7 though. That ain't.
Yeah, I mean,
no real talk. Like making 7 ain't easy.
Yeah.
But I've been doing it like my way, and that's something. That's why I can.
Same here.
I can walk away happy.
Yeah.
But I really just be on some me shit, and then it's like younger soldiers, mostly black. They'll look at you like, "Son, you still doing shit your own way?" And I'll be like, "You goddamn right I am." Because then it's like, even when we pulling duties and all shit, all the other jump masters, motherfuckers really think my name is T'Challa because all my bands say T'Challa on them. And they be like, "What the fuck is your name?" I'm like, "Dude, it's fucking Brandon." And then it's like, they be like, "What the fuck?" I thought it was so-and-so. I was like, "Dude, that's a fucking comic book character." Then they had this dumbass look, and I'm like, "Don't worry about it." But I really
need to be educated.
I don't even want to educate them. I just be like,
educate them.
Yeah,
that's how you know he big shit out there. When they using his first name,
dude, I'm big.
He big shit, man.
Yeah, them calling him Brandon. That shit. Nah, ain't nobody calling me Josh.
Bro, we first names here. Like
doing that.
I'm telling you, Mitch. Wait till about.
Bro, I'm already there, bro. I'm already there. Like, but so I tell you this today. Yesterday, wrestling practice at the school. Right, I'm one of the coaches.
It ain't sunk in yet.
Yeah. What? Nah, it really is. I'm so done.
Ain't y'all getting up there at the same time?
So I'm at wrestling practice, right? I'm at wrestling practice. I'm one of the coaches, and I was getting one of the other assistant coaches' number, just putting in my phone and shit. And he was like, "I got you, sir." And I was like, "You first name Joshua, by the way." And he goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna call you Sergeant."
One question. How do you sign your name?
I have a J and some squiggly lines.
Do you?
Huh?
Do you sign it? Like I don't know how to.
I have a signature, bro. Like, and that shit is modeled off of Michael Jordan. Like that was just because of growing up. I got a J, so I was like, that motherfucker got a J and some squiggly lines. And
that's
damn it,
crazy. I think that's where I got that shit from.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I think a few people.
I have a signed basketball that I had when I was a kid, and
because I remember when I changed my signature, it was really more to look more fancy, just the initials and some lines.
Right.
I made sure the capital initial look real good,
and then I make the G and the T. Like I'd be like.
Yo.
And then I'll do like a little
all fancy shit.
Bro, I do this.
Is that just a guy thing? That must be a guy thing.
That must be a guy thing, because
Well, I mean, like I changed my signature a few times, but I mean, mine is just a J with like some squiggly lines, a T, and then an F with like squiggly lines and a G.
The check it.
I got a J with some swivel lines, and then I do like a cross because there's a T in the middle, right?
Then I do like an F. I do an F, and then it's like some more squiggly lines, and then I do a little fancy swoop all the way to the line.
Yeah, see that takes too long. My shit is like a millisecond. It's so fast.
I got a longer name than you guys.
Yeah, that's true. You got 18 names.
I do both names.
Shut up.
I don't sign one name. I do both
names. What you mean?
You got 37 middle names, man. Like, you know, Hispanic, so they got the dual last name.
You got a Y in your name too. So you
gotta put the hyphen in there. Get that hyphen in there.
Yo, dude.
I do not like an accent.
Like 8 hyphens
an
in the
accent
name.
over like
what?
She got 2 asterisks and the Sydney colon and shit.
When they don't put the hyphen. When they don't put the hyphen in, and we trying to like call out names for jumps, and then motherfuckers up like, where the fuck the hyphen at? That should be like, oh man, what? One of my guys, Malero Ramirez, and it just runs together. We just call him Malero at work.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
but the last name is like the other one. Yeah, and it's like, yo, who the fuck is this person?
Like it's a hyphenated name?
Or it's like
it'd be hyphenated, but if they leave the hyphen out, it's like, it's just, God damn it, you just made my life.
It's just a bunch of letters.
We gotta call out names and shit. We be fucking shit up so bad. Fucking, it's either like Hispanic or Russian. There's no in between.
Like you know how Cruz might have a something on it. Might
Cruz,
have like
Santiago or something.
Yeah,
a little accent.
It'll be like Cruz.
Then they put the little thingy on the E. What the fuck is it called?
Yeah, the accent.
An accent. They put the accent mark.
I'm like, God damn it.
That's funny.
Hey, what's that swiggly line called? Like if you say like
over the end,
over the end, the little. What's that called? I forgot. I know more.
It's on
I know what you're talking about.
I forgot I know more Spanish than Joe.
I don't know what it means in Spanish, but it's like a damn, I forgot what that shit is called.
It's the any key.
Fuck up. That was mad disrespectful.
I think
it's called a tilde.
Title or tittle or something like that.
Tilde.
Yeah. It's a T name.
I think.
A T day, a tilde, what?
Tilde. Yeah,
something like
Matilda.
Tilde.
I'm gonna look it up. I think
it's called a
tilde. A TILDE. Yeah. I never knew how to say it though.
Tilde. I think it's tilde.
Nigga, it's saying I'm saying it.
I didn't hear you say that.
Yeah, it's tilde. Yeah, it's tilde.
I kept saying tilde.
Yeah.
You said Matilda.
I thought you was guessing. My fault.
No,
it's a tilde.
I took Spanish before. That's what the shit's called.
I took Spanish, nigga. I ain't never know what the fuck that shit was.
Jones, he said
he took Spanish before and he knows what it's called.
I probably won't paying attention when
I know they wasn't saying it a title and shit. I was in Mexico basically. I was in El Paso taking Spanish and I had other Spanish niggas taking Spanish. They already know the fucking language. Easy A for them niggas. And they're just learning basic ass sentences like the dog ran and shit like that.
Can I use your bathroom?
That's what's crazy to me though. Every time I've taken a language class, there's always someone who already speaks it in the class. Like, why are you here?
Like, nigga, you just here for the easy
like, you're German or some shit. Like, what are you doing?
Nigga, let me take an English class. The fuck?
He said, I'm trying to get that easy A. I was like,
easy A.
I did that during high school. I did Spanish during high school, but I flew by Spanish during high school. But it was when I got to college and they do the like testing to like place you in classes. And I had to do, because I have Spanish speaking parents, they made me do the Spanish test. And I like scored in like the mid section. And so they put me in like a Spanish like speaking. It was hard as fuck for me. I ended up failing it because I cannot put sentences like structured sentences. And I was like, she would get mad that when she would talk to me, I would talk back to her in English. And she's like, no, say it in Spanish. And I'm like, I don't know how to say it in Spanish.
See, if she would have popped you in the mouth every time you got it wrong, you
like,
right.
And she was like, well, you're gonna have to say that in Spanish. And I was like, I don't. She's like, well, you got to know Spanish since you scored so high. And I was like, I don't know how to explain it.
I can read Spanish, bitch. I don't know how to say
it. I can read Spanish. I understand Spanish. My parents speak to me in Spanish, but I just talk back to them in English because Spanish never like stuck with me in the home. And I tried learning Spanish and it just doesn't stick. Like I can understand it, but it just don't stick with me to be like talking back to you.
Look at Sue looking at you disappointingly.
Yeah, my cousins be like, yo, say it in Spanish. And I'm like, I can't.
Like, that ain't my twin.
My cousin is one of the ones who'd be like, she look at me disappointed every time I talk back to her. She'd be like, no, say it in Spanish. She's like, how can you not know Spanish, but you understand what I'm saying? And I'd be like,
so you not speak Spanish?
No. I don't speak Spanish fluently. I can speak some Spanish, but not
you know what? This is where my boy okey-doked me. I remember this in Spanish. My boy okey-doked me, right? I was like, yo, why are you in Spanish class if you are Puerto Rican? And he goes, okay, no, because he failed the class and he speaks Spanish, right? It was like Spanish 3 or whatever. And I go, how do you fail Spanish and you're like Puerto Rican? And he goes, have you ever failed English? And I was like,
oh shit! I was
like,
that nigga.
English all the time. Fuck you.
That shit is not the same. When you take Spanish, when we take English, we're learning like we're not learning how to speak English.
It's grammar.
Yeah, we're learning how to write and shit in Spanish.
But in Spanish 3, there's
Spanish
grammar.
3. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was like, no, because I don't fucking speak this shit.
But other languages I learn grammar than
I had a homegirl from France, and we took French in college, and she was like real proper. So like she knew like all the languages, and the teacher was said she got a bad grade. She was like, "How the fuck you gonna tell me this? I speak a language that I already originated from." Like she was pissed off at the curriculum. Like, yo, that's bullshit. I was like, I don't know. Bitch, I don't know.
You still speak French? I know a lot of Americans who fail English.
When I was younger, I went to go visit. When I was younger, I went to go visit Puerto Rico, and Sue can like contest to this. So I like fell asleep, and my cousin till this day really thinks because of this that I am. She's convinced that I can speak Spanish fluently because of this instance. So I had fallen asleep before everybody. She was like studying for like finals and shit, and I don't know. They said that I started speaking Spanish fluently in my sleep. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. She goes, no, you had like a whole on conversation by yourself in Spanish. She's like fluently. And I was like, I don't know. I can't speak Spanish, so I don't know what to tell you.
So the
I
accent
don't know if like
everything.
subconsciously I know to speak Spanish, but it just doesn't fucking want to come out.
It makes sense if you can understand what they're saying. You know the words. You just don't know.
To me, okay, so
don't feel like
one of the reasons I don't speak Spanish is I do not like my accent when I speak Spanish.
Do it. Do it.
No, I don't want to do it.
Let's get you high.
No.
Let's get you high.
No.
What my homegirl said was that
You hear Alton, he's gonna.
she said that if you dream in that language, you're fluent, like most likely if you dream in the language. So do you dream in English or Spanish?
I've dreamt in Spanish before.
There you go.
In Spanish.
Yeah, I've dreamt in Korean before, and that's when I
But
kind
I
of
don't. That's
know,
the
like,
thing. I
oh,
don't
shit.
fluently speak. I can do small conversations, but if you go anything like off basic shit, you're gonna. I'd be like, see.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
See. Okay. I see. I just had a Puerto Rican nanny, so I learned cayete and siétate real early because that's what she used to say.
You mean cayete?
Cayete.
You said cayete. You said cayete. Like cayete. Boy.
Yeah, siétate. Like just all the time.
Sit your ass down, please.
Yep.
Cayete. That was funny.
Cayete.
And he speak more Spanish than me.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I mean, he said he better than you. It's your own language.
I know, right? Her own language is English.
Can we talk about some English?
Talk about it.
What
I
is
like
that?
English muffins.
We about to
What'd
do
you say, Smith?
Can we talk about some English real
Oh,
quick?
you funny.
Oh man.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it.
Well, I just
Let's
seen
talk
a real
about it.
time celeb fuck up on. What's a real time celeb?
Yo, okay.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I'll catch you guys later.
I was actually asking that.
Okay.
So hold on. Hold on, Mitch. Was you reading What's a Real Time Celeb, or was you really asking?
No. I read the first part. It said out loud, "What's a real time celeb?" I didn't even see the bottom part yet. I was like,
what is a real time celeb?
A real time celeb is not a fucking thing.
What I'm talking about, nigga.
That's not a thing.
It wasn't a thing.
This nigga is nitpicking.
Mitch just asked the same shit I asked.
He's nitpicking the word.
He wrote it in the chat, and nobody
the
knew
nigga wrote the sentence wrong, and nobody wants to say that the nigga wrote the sentence wrong.
No, remember,
the sentence is
Spanish
wrong.
when I told him.
So wait, what did you mean to say?
Wrong, it should have
No,
been
he
like
meant to say that.
A real time celeb is not anything. What I was saying is a real time celeb fuck up. So I seen a celebrity fuck up in real time.
Wait, what was you saying?
Okay.
But I was referencing real time ahead of the celeb fuck up.
No,
But it wasn't to be a real time celeb.
The real time should be after. Yeah, I get what he's saying.
It was
Yeah,
like
we understood what you was trying to say, but just admit the sentence was wrong.
What you saying, Joe? Go ahead, Joe.
It was Spence kept telling him like that don't make no damn sense, and then I wrote it in a way that it would make sense, and
y'all some internet bullies.
Were like, me and Spencer were like, yeah. Yeah,
and I asked him,
I took it the same way.
He didn't want to elaborate
because he was being an asshole.
No, and then
I really didn't know what it meant.
You know what?
He said, this dumb nigga didn't want to elaborate.
That was the day he wanted Marz wanted to say that we were dick riding Spence on that because he wrote this shit.
So there's beef prior to this.
No, that was the same day.
It was the same
But
day.
y'all had an argument prior.
I was dick riding Spencer because fucking he wanted to troll
Marz
him.
said
But
that.
that wasn't it.
I don't remember it like that.
I don't remember saying that though. But I said something like that.
I only
No, you
remember
said-
Mims saying the nigga fucked up, and
Mims,
everybody
yeah.
else.
Oh,
was
so
not
Mims is
trying to
in
say
this
he.
too.
Yeah, that
Nobody
was a
else was trying to
different.
say he
That
fuck
was,
up, and we gotta
that was a different
stop
conversation.
giving niggas passes.
And then,
Oh, wow.
and then you
Giving
know
Marz
what?
passes.
This was the
Y'all
thing.
give Kanye a pass.
No, check this out.
But not
wow.
Marz.
He said
Yeah, exactly.
Spencer asked his coworkers that day. He asked 3 fucking
I didn't give a
coworkers.
fuck what them coworkers thought, nigga.
All 3 of them were like,
I'm saying-
"What's
all
a
I'm
real
saying
time
was
celeb?"
The
That
sentence
wasn't
was
even
improper.
a thing. You took those words and made them a thing. That's
No,
not.
nigga,
That,
you
that
wrote
was
the
just for
sentence
my
wrong.
attention.
I read the sentence how you wrote it, and the sentence was wrong. It's as simple as that.
But
And
okay, but you're taking
still
the
can't
words as
accept-
you're reading them. What I'm saying them as is I seen
Right.
a real time
Look,
celeb fuck up. Meaning
wrote
I'm
the
seeing
sentence
a real
wrong,
time.
Marz.
Real
Y'all
time is
go
its
back to
own
that
thing.
conversation.
Marz,
Everybody
we
go back
knew
to
what
that
you-
conversation.
we
'cause-
think we knew what you was trying to say, but you just wrote the sentence wrong.
There's
It's
a
as
lot of
simple
different
as that.
ways to say that. Yeah, you kind of
It's just wrong.
or some commas might have helped you out, but this is all like yeah.
Okay, but we're talking about texting. I'm not worried about commas if I'm just typing something.
No, you
I
don't.
use
Well, say that
punctuation.
then, but don't say it like the sentence is right.
I use punctuation.
Okay,
in my
the
text.
sentence was still right. I just missed the
The
comma.
sentence wasn't right.
Yeah,
Because I wasn't me
I'm
saying
looking
real
at the
time
chat,
celeb
bro.
fuck up.
it
Don't
Are
would
you
mean
reading the
anything
chat, Trey?
about
Are you
Yo.
reading it?
Yeah.
And do you
Let me see.
where?
Hey,
do you see
bruh.
it? Where I was like, it should probably say this, and then Spencer was like, "Yeah, that's right." And then he wanted to say that we are fucking illiterate and basically
ain't
saying
say
yeah,
we're
oh,
illiterate.
yeah,
I said you
I
couldn't
can't
comprehend what I said.
comprehend.
I
That we
can't
couldn't
comprehend what
comprehend.
I
what he
said.
was
I
writing.
read what you wrote perfectly, but I can't comprehend.
You didn't read it perfectly.
Bruh,
if you
no,
did it
I
like that.
and then-
what you
Oh,
wrote.
bro,
How
you-
can I read
bro.
it any more perfect than that?
You got no punctuation, bro.
Because
What do
you
mean?
took real time celeb as
Because
if
you
it was
said
a
that.
What
whole
is a real
thing.
time celeb,
It's
Marz?
a real time celeb is not a fucking thing.
But the
That's
way
what I'm
you
trying to
You
tell
wrote it.
you.
It's not fucking
Why did you
thing.
write
That's
that?
not
Like
that's
it
not
was.
something that
Why
I
did you write
typed
it?
to make.
You did type it.
No, I seen something on I seen something on Twitter and then it disappeared. So I was
That
like,
don't have
oh
nothing
fuck.
to do with the
What does it have
sentence.
to do with what you wrote, though?
That nothing.
But
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, when I
That
say
had
real
nothing to do
time,
with the
I-
sentence
when I
that
say
you
real
wrote.
time, okay.
That was
So
a crazy
when I speak,
conversation.
I don't speak with commas. So if I said, "Wow, I just seen a real time celeb fuck up on
What
Twitter,"
comma? Wait, go, no.
You
Go
put a
back.
comma
Bring that
in
shit
there
back
and
up.
it
Bring that
still
shit back
wouldn't
up.
make
Bring it back
fucking
up.
This is
sense.
what I'm
Bring-
talking about. The
Jones,
niggas
nigga,
don't want to
bring that
accept
shit
that
back up.
the shit
How
was
can you?
wrong.
Okay, so you can't
What
reference
comma?
something.
Real
You
Marz,
can't,
Bring that
you
back
can't
up,
reference
bro.
something
Bring
with
that
an
back up.
adjective
No,
prior to
Marz,
mentioning the
Marz,
subject.
Marz.
You can't do
You
that. So
gotta
you
take
can't
you
mention
gotta
the
take the
adjectives
L on
before a
this one.
subject.
You need to take the
Bro,
L
what was
on
you
it.
putting a comma at on that? What
Yo,
would you
he
put a
when
comma
people
at?
get-
I don't
Apparently,
get
you
direct,
needed to
comment,
be
bro.
at the real time to separate that from celeb.
He was
'Cause niggas
just
can't
he
fucking
was
read
just
and-
mentioning that
and
he
even if
saw
you
Niggas
had
people
read
on
real
even
time
if
Twitter.
you had
celeb
the
and thought that
comma,
was a thing
See
to
what you
comprehend.
even if you had
That's
the
what I'm
comma,
telling you.
it
Even with
was
the
wrong.
comma.
Even if you had the
Even with
comma, it
it.
still would have been wrong.
I'd have been
Still
confused.
would
and
have
said,
been
I just
wrong.
seen a
Even
real
with the
time.
fucking, I don't even know where
celeb
you would
fuck
have
up.
put a comma. Where
Some
would you
people,
have put a
don't
comma
some
in
know.
that
people
sentence?
can't just take
You
a
took
correction.
you took real time celeb and made that a word. And
You
or a phrase.
made it a
No,
word, nigga.
No,
You made
listen.
it.
You're not even
You
listening.
made it.
You're
a
not even
phrase.
listening. So are you gonna
The
listen? Or
shit
you
you
gonna keep
saying
telling
not
me what I
making
said?
sense.
You're gonna tell me what I said. You're gonna tell me what I meant in my brain.
I'm reading what you said.
Okay, but
People
I'm telling
can't-
you what
people-
I
when you
meant
try to
because
correct
what-
somebody, they get defensive
No,
instead
I'm
of
not
just
getting
accepting the
defensive. What I'm
information
trying to
and try to
explain to
move
you,
forward
what I'm
better.
trying to explain to you because you're not
And I'm
listening.
trying to explain to you
is-
that the sentence
you're
is
not
just
you're not
wrong.
listening to somebody who's trying to get you to
Yeah.
understand what you're asking.
I'm never
for.
gonna understand that.
You're not trying to.
I'm
We
not.
can put
You're
like
not,
so
because
many
I know I'm
variations
right.
of that to
The
make
sentence
sense,
is
and
wrong.
he'd still be like,
I'm
I'm
never
right.
gonna understand that.
You're not going to understand it because you're not
No,
listening.
this is what you just
That-
should have
that's- that-
said.
that is is the primary fact.
I
of
seen
what
a
needs
celebrity
to,
fuck
in order
up
to
in real
understand
time.
anything, you
That's
have to
it.
listen. If you don't listen, how you understand anything? You talking.
No,
Mars,
How do you
can
understand
talk,
anything?
You can talk
if
this
you,
point
if
for
you
2 hours
talking?
without me saying nothing, and I'm still not gonna get it. But go
Nigga,
ahead
I don't
and
need
talk.
to talk for 2 hours. The whole point
I'm
is
saying you can.
took
I
real
can. I'm
time
saying I can
celeb.
listen
Hold
for
on,
2
Jones,
hours,
Jones,
and I'm
Jones,
still
Jones,
not
hold on,
gonna
hold on,
get
listen,
it.
but you're not.
hold on. Marz, you get one shot.
Thank you.
Correctly read that sentence. I don't want to hit no explanation. Just correctly read what you meant to say.
Wow, I just seen a real-time celeb fuck up on Twitter.
He just
I just saw
said a
in
comma.
real time.
He said a comma. Like all I'm saying, I heard the comma. That's all I'm saying. He said real time pause. So
you're
fuck up on Twitter. That's what he said.
You're saying I said the comma. They're saying I don't need a comma. I'm telling you.
No, I just typed it in the chat. Look at what I typed in the chat with commas.
Yeah. What he said is probably, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been good. Okay, so commas right.
Yeah,
two commas.
That's if I want to put a completely grammar correct sentence.
That's how I text. I don't know. Maybe I'm uppity.
I mean, yeah, it's okay to text with correct grammar and punctuation. I don't know why people think they can't just be.
That's how I text. I guess I'm uppity, I guess.
What I'm saying
they
is
shit
you
to make
took the
sense
words
because people
I
can
said,
interpret it
bro.
in multiple ways. If you
took
don't
the
have
words
that
I
stuff.
said, you took the words real-time celeb and made that a phrase, but you didn't take celeb fuck up. And that was the phrase that was meant to be understood from. It
didn't read well because I said the same
thing.
thing.
Real time celeb and made that the phrase.
Because that's the way it read.
How?
Mitch said the exact same shit I asked.
Hold on. I got you. Because you made it seem like real time was an adjective to the noun of celeb. That's the way it's written. That's all I'm saying. So like that's how we naturally take it. I did the same thing. Professor. Yeah, what's a real time celeb? That's like
right, nigga. It don't have to be a professor or taking an English class. They can just know proper grammar, how to read and write. That's it. It's as simple as that.
Why would you make real time celeb?
No, why would you make celeb?
No, nigga, you did it, not me. Why you keep saying why would you?
That's what you took the sentence as, my nigga. You read the sentence as that.
Mitch said the exact same thing that I wrote.
You can't get mad at us for interpreting your poorly written sentence,
what
bro.
I'm saying,
exactly.
I'm not
he said, how can we do it? Nigga, you
hold your ground, Marz.
You trying to understand what a real time celeb is? No one even talks like that.
That is a run-on
sentence. That's why we said, why would you even talk like that then?
But no one talks like the real time shit like that either.
If you don't talk like that, why would you write like that?
Most people would say,
if you just said nobody even talks like that, then why would you
what
write
I'm saying
like
is
that?
no one's going to make a phrase up real time celeb and mean something behind that.
If you just said nobody even talks like that, why would you write like that?
Bro, Marz, we can only go off what we're given, bro.
Take the
only go off
what you can do is
no, you can't. No, you can't.
He asked for a real time celeb, and I'm like, if you ask for a real time celeb, why would you even think that's a phrase?
Why would you put it like that?
Because that's what you typed. That's why. Because it's what you typed.
Why would you read real time?
Because it's what you typed.
The only thing you read out the sentence.
You keep asking why would we do that? It's because we read what you typed. That's why.
You interpret it in one way.
No, we read
and I just literally showed you how it can be interpreted in different ways.
No, bro. We read it.
You literally said it needed a comma. They said it didn't need a comma. Either way, that's
but they agreed. No, they agreed that the way I wrote it with commas was correct. They agreed.
If you would have wrote that shit how Mitch wrote it,
nigga, you said one comma. You didn't say two commas. You said one comma, my nigga. Don't try to make it seem like you.
I didn't say any commas.
It didn't matter. You kept that same
Who are you saying said commas? Because I didn't say anything about commas.
I did. Yeah.
But still, whether he said one or two, he showed you how it would have made sense.
Yeah.
You still want to argue it.
I literally said it the same way.
I wrote it 3 ways. I wrote it 3 ways.
I said the comma.
I wrote it 3 ways. You definitely said a comma. You paused like a motherfucker when you said it out loud.
So if I said it, if I said
you added a comma, and it's
you added a whole semicolon, bro. Like
this nigga said a semicolon.
He said
instead of that comma, it was a semicolon, so it was like another idea.
Hey, Marz, if you learn anything from this, interpretation is key. That's why when I be writing shit, a lot of time I pause and look at it. I be like, hold on, bro.
Me too.
This shit kind of look off.
Bro.
Niggas don't proofread when they writing shit.
I don't because I'm not
clearly
typing up. I'm not typing up an email.
Clearly, we know you don't.
I'm not
typing up a professional email.
Like exactly. I type the way I talk. So whatever I'm typing, that's how I'm talking.
I know I'm trying to tell niggas something, but whether they understand it or not,
If
But
you
what
don't
you
understand,
talk at a
then
comment,
ask.
that's
And
all
you
I'm saying.
and you asked like you didn't understand what a real time celeb, and I'm like, here, this nigga go.
I
He don't
still
even
don't know what
understand
that
what the
shit
hell
is.
See, I read the same thing, so I can't even say that. I read the same exact thing.
You can't say fucking what? There's 11 people on here. 10 motherfuckers
We all
agree
wrong.
on one thing.
Hold on,
We
what
all
happened?
wrong.
Still like, nah.
Nah, he said I'm raging against the machine.
You guys
Let me
just
see the
don't know what a real time
bring it
celeb
back
is.
up. No, I
Damn.
God,
I'm with Marz.
she cute too.
No, you ain't.
Too bad.
You
That's
with
too
Marz?
Yeah, I read it how he wrote it.
No, you did. You must was using goddamn some
I
goggles from
appreciate
the
the
Tokyo
support.
Tower.
No, because I read it from Tokyo Tower. So I was like this, like what the fuck?
Bro, it got to be something behind this, like some build up, like
This 30-year-old Texas woman.
because it's like I feel like for her to stab, bro, it ain't like you just one time out the blue, like, yeah, I don't want to help you with bills.
Yeah,
This
they been arguing about
motherfucker
that.
has been sitting on the couch doing nothing for
His
a
whole
prolonged
life.
time.
But
Yeah,
that make
for
you stab him though.
yeah, because women like
Bro, did
like
y'all see
women-
what it said though? He was stabbed in the neck, the right hand, the left hand, the back before running away.
Damn. He
Bleeding
crucified him.
profusely.
That nigga was
Yeah, he
stabbed
had to be
when he
sitting.
tried
He
to.
had to
He
be
was
sitting
dead
down.
before he
There's
even
no
got
way.
up. Damn.
Nah,
Yeah,
bro.
there was no
What
way
happened
that
was
he
she
got
stabbed
stabbed that
him
many
in the neck.
times.
Nah, he's
He
good.
grabbed
He
his
didn't
neck,
die.
and she
He
was
didn't
aiming
die.
for the same place.
He didn't
That was
die.
probably
He
the
didn't die.
first. That was probably
Oh,
the first
shit.
thing she went for. Was
Oh, he
his neck.
lived?
Like
Yeah, he's alive.
Yeah, that
He's
had to
stable.
been the first thing.
he
He's
was
stable.
sitting down watching TV, and she said, "This
You ain't stabbing in the
He ain't
head.
getting no more pussy.
You over
We
there
all know
playing that
nigga
fucking
bum.
Overwatch.
hold on, I'm reading it now. Hold on.
It was on Thanksgiving Day.
Damn. You ain't even help me cook, bitch.
Nah, they just came back from a bar and got in the beef, and she grabbed the kitchen knife and started going ham.
Damn.
So she
And
was
it all is
influenced.
because
She
he
was
wasn't
influenced by alcohol.
No, we got to speak up. The fact that they was at a bar on Thanksgiving says a lot. That says a lot about the situation.
True
man.
that.
Says a
True
lot.
that.
That's facts. Actually,
That says a lot, bro. That says a lot.
You right. You right.
Yeah.
bar?
That says a lot, goddamn.
Y'all ain't even
Hang out
make
at
a
home on
sandwich,
Thanksgiving. Like, that's
Ain't made no noodles, nigga. Nothing. Shit.
He's like, I
Couldn't
want
even make a Thanksgiving
some fucking
spread.
food. Like,
Nah, we about to get drunk, nigga.
Nah,
that's
he spent
that's
all
wild.
he spent all the grocery monies on games.
Apparently, he spent it at the bar.
Nah, he ain't spent nothing. That's her money.
Yeah, you right. If he can't help with bills, yeah.
Yeah, you don't got no bar money.
You spending on?
That's wild.
So they spent her money at the bar.
Damn, and
Yeah,
on games. That's
Drunk
crazy.
up too much.
Stabbed a nigga. And he
So
alive.
what we got, Trey?
Whoa, God.
You looked up the
What you
story?
mean? What you mean? What you mean?
You said you were reading the thing, right? The article.
Yeah, it don't give enough detail, so we
anymore.
What?
This reminds me of Archer.
Fictosexual man marries anime
She doesn't talk to
character,
him
but
anymore?
she doesn't talk to him anymore.
This reminds me of Archer.
Hold on
That
now.
reminds me of
The scientist
what movie?
Krieger.
Bro, I know exactly what happened. Hold on, I'm about to use my big brain.
What fucking
hypothesis.
Big brain?
What happened
Big
was,
brain.
bro bought the program, but he didn't pay for the fucking upgraded licensing. So after a while, he went back to the goddamn basic user
basic package.
That shit got DLC.
Yeah, your shit is on the trial version.
He had the prepaid. He got a. She only came with 1,000 messages.
Damn.
Wow, bro.
Did y'all see that movie where they were cloning people and dude like had he had like a virtual girlfriend, like virtual reality girlfriend, and they offered to have him to put the personality of his virtual girlfriend in an actual clone, and then when she so the dude did it, and then when she came out to thank the guy for giving her life, the scientist, she had sex with him, and then she went to meet her boyfriend, And she broke up with him before even letting him smash because now that she had a life, she wanted to live it. Yo, this was the most ill shit. I ain't gonna tell y'all the rest of the movie because it was crazy.
Oh wait, that's the one.
That's funny
Oh
as
wait,
hell.
you're not gonna say it. I think I know what you're saying.
What's the name of it?
I'm trying to remember the name. Let me look real quick.
That shit
Because
sounds
I think I've
episode
seen
of Black Mirror or some shit.
Nah, it's a full movie.
That was crazy too.
Delroy Lindo's in it as the scientist. I'm trying to remember what the fucking movie was.
I'm still tripping off this shit. This nigga said real time.
Bro, Delroy Lindo.
That's what y'all said.
No, you said it.
But that's what y'all said. I ain't say that shit.
Oh, we read it.
That's all of us
That's how y'all read it.
All y'all niggas wrong. Y'all read it wrong, nigga.
Marz, all of us is wrong.
Y'all wrong. Y'all read it wrong, nigga.
I just want to let you guys know.
I wrote it right. Y'all read it
He
wrong.
wanted to go 2
Four
slides
niggas
back.
I work with read it wrong too.
Bro,
They
that
all
nigga
read
said
it
that shit.
Damn right.
Bro, that
I'ma
nigga
say-
said that shit like it's fake celebs out here.
Bro,
That's not even what I meant.
Hey, I put the name of the movie in the chat. That shit is wild, bro.
LX. Oh, 2048.
That shit is wild.
I put real time celebs in the chat too. Just ask people. What this mean to y'all?
It shouldn't mean anything.
See what they say.
I hope it don't mean anything.
That movie wild as shit.
Let me see.
It don't mean anything. You right.
Oh, it's on Hulu. Okay.
But that's the movie that like that whole shit just reminded me of that though, because how cold blooded is that, man? We're gonna take you out of virtual reality and make you a real girl so you can please me forever, and you just gonna break up with me.
And then you fuck the scientists. Damn.
You fuck the scientists. Don't even let your boyfriend smash. She's like, well, now that I'm real, you're kind of a loser.
Is that barbershop?
Bitch, I'll take
Hell
your battery out.
I seen that nigga with the
Nah,
afro.
she's not an android. She's a clone. Her personality,
yeah, whole ass human.
She's a person. That movie wild as shit.
That nigga about to get popped, boy.
That's crazy.
That movie wild.
So the movie is about her or him?
Nah, the movie is about this dude who is really beefing with his wife, but he got a virtual girlfriend. You know, just like a computer game or whatever. But it's super hyper realistic because it's set in the future. But yeah, that shit's crazy.
Does he deactivate her ass at the end?
There's no deactivation. She's a clone.
She's a real person. Y'all niggas need
person. Yeah. Her consciousness is just
turn that radio bitch off.
Yeah, so that movie's a trip, bro.
Oh, she has to experience death, I guess. So there's the clones experience death.
10-year-old boy.
First degree reckless homicide. After.
Whoa. Why they gotta X out the word? We could
what?
Fucking
damn, he took it for waking her up.
Him a VR headset. Wow.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about this.
That's why you gotta beat your kids, bro. That's why you gotta beat your
kids. Take her out. I'm so
That's
confused.
crazy.
What did he do?
He killed his mom because she woke him up and didn't.
How did he kill her? Though?
I think he shot her.
How the fuck he get a gun?
With her gun?
Questions.
This was I didn't read the article, but that was a lot of questions. Everybody was like, "Where'd he get the gun? Why was the gun
10.
even?" Yeah, he's 10. Like, first off, where was the gun? Why does he have the gun? Like,
that shit sounds
why
like it might
wasn't
be
the
a
gun
cover-up.
locked up? Why
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
the gun
weird.
locked up?
I
Like,
feel
might
bad
be a
about it,
cover-up.
but it sounded like some
Type
bad
of shit.
parenting. That's all I'm
That was
saying.
the
I
dad
feel
probably
bad
told him
about
to do that shit.
Look at you,
That's
just
crazy.
starting rumors.
You want to
and
live
shit.
with your dad? You better take your mama out.
Niggas just be starting rumors. He said the dad probably told her to do that shit.
I don't think. I think
Because
she's
it's
a
crazy,
single mom.
yo.
Wasn't she a single mom?
I mean, that's what it seemed like. If he able to kill his mom, like,
I
who the fuck is
mean,
his dad?
We're assuming that. We can't just assume
Well,
That's
we
what-
can't
that she was a
assume.
single
We
mom
can't
because
assume.
Oh, my friend said that
That's
she was
wild.
a single mom. She was a single mom, and then after he killed her, he went and bought the headset.
Oh wow! Wait, how?
Yo, that nigga
Funny.
is crazy. With her money, with her information.
With like probably her
I
card
mean,
or
like,
something.
how can she stop him? She's dead. That's crazy.
but you need a license.
Oh, on Amazon, on her
No,
Amazon account.
that's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
on Amazon.
And I'm sure he knew her code and all that shit. So
Yeah, it was on her Amazon.
you don't
He
need it for
probably went on her
Amazon,
phone or
whatever.
something.
Yeah. He said, "Bet I
That's
do get that."
crazy.
He said.
That nigga need a.
And waking him up at 6 in the
Damn.
morning. They
You
said,
that mad,
"Listen,
though?"
listen." So who got this info? It's like he was like, yeah, I took her out because she went by my headset and she waking me up all early and shit. It ain't sweet. Like, how did find out this place he got moving over? That's all I'm saying.
It's gonna be some niggas
So
that fuck
get
him
this,
up and
like when the cops came, he
detention.
lied to the cops saying that he was like twirling the gun and the gun went off.
How did he get the gun?
That's what he told the cops.
So he's smart enough to know he was sus.
To lie, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you going down, bro.
Yeah, you meant that.
And then later he confessed. Later he confessed that.
Yeah, nigga, of course you're crying at you 10, nigga.
Oh,
Like, you killed
he
your
knew where
mother.
his mom kept the gun.
Okay.
He knew where his mom kept it.
We all knew where our parents kept their guns.
Mine kept it on the fireplace.
I knew where.
I mean, damn, that's right in plain view.
It was quite reachable. Had a whole shotgun. It was quite reachable. And not one of us ever even thought about touching that son bitch.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild, yo.
I mean,
you go crazy with a shotgun. God damn. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this one's kind of weird. Didn't they say that she makes more money than him?
Yeah, I think I did see that.
Yeah, this one's weird, man.
So Mims said, because Mims sent me this, he said, do y'all think there are any scenarios in which child support shouldn't exist? That was his question for this picture.
No, you should have to pay child support.
I think you should pay, but the amount.
Your mic breaking up really
Yeah,
bad.
Sue. I think it's when everybody's talking and she tries to talk and just goes in and out.
Hit it, Sue.
Okay. I said, I think when like you have 50-50 custody, it shouldn't be like child support.
Oh, hell no. If you rich as fuck, you don't need child support.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. If you're able to,
like,
you don't need it, but I feel like both parents should contribute.
Yeah, I would. I think you should contribute.
I
I
don't
just
want to be the only one doing something. Yeah.
Child support should not be based off of your
It don't
finances.
even be. Yeah, it don't.
That's the
even
real
be- you don't
reality.
wanna-
The children's needs.
Yeah, child support should be based off of the cost of taking care of a child, not that you're paid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
That's really the change that needs to happen. Because, but yeah, with rich people, it sounds outlandish, of course, but even on the other end, it's outlandish. Like if
sure they could work it out to where he still provides for them without having to pay child support.
yeah,
Like,
but I mean, you can't always expect people to get.
when you're divorced, what they check who pays like medical bills, who does and they do based off of like income and who pays what for the children.
See, when they did mine, the
I feel
child
like that's different for military people. They
well, the
don't.
child
They don't
support
do
was
that.
based off of pay. The child
Yeah.
support was based off of pay 100%.
Yeah, civilian they'll
you
do like
don't-
who does
you
50%
don't have to
of the
provide-
check.
Civilians, like when it's someone in the military and they have to pay, like they go strictly based off of your income. They don't care if you're the one paying the insurance, like
Right,
their medical
I still
bills and
had to
shit
pay
like
all
that.
that. Yeah. Mhm.
Like I remember when I got divorced. They did it strictly off his income, but we came to an agreement like, yo, you don't have to pay that much. You can pay me this. And then, because you pay everything else. And if I need more help and I ask for it, you
Mhm.
can just help me. Which,
No, mine was sus. She was trying to get even more out of me. I was like, God damn.
nah.
Yeah.
been
Civilian.
The only
gloss
thing
over a
I
lot of military
appreciated
things.
was that when I got sick, he took our son for a year. And then he admitted to me, like, yeah, damn, he expensive. Like, what I give you for child support really ain't enough. And I was like, I
Yeah.
fucking told you.
I'm on the other end of
I
that.
said, but you see me. I said, but I'm not sitting here bitching. I was like, I don't sit here and bitch and complain about, what you give me for child support. I said, I bitch and complain when I ask you for a little bit of more help. And you bitch and complain to me for that. Like, come on.
Nah, see, I'm on the other end of that. Like when my kids were with me, I saved money. As compared to like what I was paying in child support was ridiculous. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
That's
and
what
I'm
I'm
still
saying,
paying
like-
I'm still paying for like 75% of all travel, and I'm paying all the medical bills.
Yeah, that
like
he
it's
does.
like what the fuck, man.
We came
Like,
to an agreement that like if he wanted to see him, because I got to the point where I stopped helping pay like the ticket for my son to go and see him and stuff like that. I was like, look, if you really want him, you'll pay for his ticket. I was like, I'm not going to continuously help you anymore. And so we came to an agreement on that where he pays for every time he goes and visits over there.
I mean, that's how it should be. You pay to get them. You pay to get them.
But at a time, I was the one paying I would like have to buy a ticket to go take my son over there, or I would drive over there just to drop off my son and stuff.
Right. A lot of times I drive down to North Carolina.
It was more like me compromising and him not compromising. And it was just the only reason I was doing it was because I really wanted my son to be with his dad. And, you know, I wasn't going to stop my kid from going there just because he couldn't afford it or he was just being petty at that time. So, I mean, like for me, it was just like, I want that relationship with him. I'll do whatever I need to do for my son to have that. But now he's gotten to the point where like we come to an agreement, like if you want him, you pay for it. And I'm not going to spend the money to, if I got, you know, I'll take him to the airport on time, make sure he makes his flight, whatever. But other than that, you ain't going to see no money from me.
I don't know what that feeling is, so mine wasn't the same way as hers. But I mean, he kind of fucked himself over. I wasn't even asking for that much, and he ended up paying me more than what he had to. So
yeah, mine was sus and still complain.
Yeah, you was paying a lot.
You get $1,600 a month.
That's a lot. That's like a whole fucking month's rent,
and you need me to pay for the sneakers. Like that's what the $1,600 for. Like, you know what I'm saying? We'll get him some sneakers. Like,
oh, not only did you pay her rent, you was paying her mortgage and then some.
Nigga, that's the car note.
Bro, that was the car note.
Rent, nigga.
That was her rent and every single bill, and still had money left over clubbing and shit.
Rent, we talking about water bill. That was the gas bill. That was the fucking electric.
She started traveling once she started getting child support. She
banking on money and she was like, ooh.
Yeah, serious, bro.
I'm going overseas.
Oh, Mexico.
Oh, I'm gonna be in Italy. Can you watch the kids for bitch? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You've been racking up this whole damn time. You've been racking up this whole time.
Yo, so you going to Italy, huh? That's what's happening.
You going to Italy?
I didn't know you had a passport.
Your student debt for 5 years has been paid off immediately, huh? Okay.
That'd be crazy to me when females be doing that.
Man. It's wild, bro. Like all I'm saying is it's easily fixed though. You come up.
Well, there was this one lady who was making almost $100,000 a year, and she had her husband who was still or her ex-husband who was still having the kids, like homing them at $30,000 a year, pay like $1,500 in child support.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean he got it overturned. She had to pay him $3,000.
You talking about the one in that court?
I saw that video.
I was like,
she was really trying to do him.
The thing about it though, if they would have never went to court, it would have never got fixed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's one of.
What was it when she got?
She thought that it was him.
Thought he was gonna pay her back.
They got you.
Yeah, she thought
she was like, what?
Yeah, no man.
Like 2,500 or something like that. 2,500.
But for you to be that confident, someone else had to rule it in your favor before.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
that's crazy how people. But that's the sad part about people, man. They get real petty when it becomes the end of a relationship.
This nigga taking care of the kids, housing the kids, paying for all the kids stuff. This man a manager at a supermarket making $30.
Don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you making over 100, and you in real estate. And
she don't
you
give
still
a
taking
fuck.
money
She
from this
want
man.
that. I got a homeboy, man.
Yeah, she was making
doing
money.
real estate. Yeah,
I got a homeboy.
She was like turning over.
She wasn't taking care of the kids, nigga.
She did real estate. She turns over houses, like flips houses.
Yeah, she was making that money.
She was doing some other shit. She was making buku money, and then
I'm about to get in that field.
He was paying the medical bills. He was doing their dental bills.
When it's popping.
He would take them to their events and stuff like that, and they were living with him, and she was barely even taking them and all this stuff. And then she was like, "Oh, well, if I take them to school and if I, do this, and that, can you?"
She was a whole ass bum.
Off? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's real talk. She was a whole ass bum, bro.
Bum, man.
Trash.
She was a whole bum making $100,000.
Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing that like
a whole ass bum.
So she was.
Is those are the same females that be like, I'm so independent. Look at all
Yeah.
the money I got.
I hate that, bro.
Chasing the bag.
Be fast.
Right.
He said chasing the bag.
Bags
That's
secured
how
out
it
this
is.
bitch.
Mhm.
crazy.
Yo, no,
Got
but
kids,
the
bad
trick
security.
is that they
Kids.
could easily fix it by just saying, look, based on this state or this county or whatever the case, the cost of living for a child is this much money. Half of that is on the parent they live with. Half of that is on, the parent they don't live with. And if they were to do it, because here's the thing that they don't realize, by constantly changing it based off of the other parent's money, what you end up doing is making so that other parent can't get ahead, right?
Yeah.
They don't allow them to do better. So it actually hurts the kid in the long run, because it's like, I can't come up because no matter how much money I make, you're going to rip a quarter of it away. Like, I can't come up. I can't do better and provide, like, get into a better living situation to help my kid more.
Right.
It's terrible idea.
Conundrum. Yeah.
Yeah, just get the cost of living and go that way with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That's one thing I give credit to Alabama. They actually do it that way. Yeah.
But then you got situations like this $100,000 bitch, and her house, what, $3,000 a month?
Mm-hmm.
So $1,500 of that he got to pay.
No, because he had his kids. She was one who needed to be paying. Like, that was the whole situation.
Before it was reversed.
But yeah, prior to
That was it. It was
like he
wrong.
was paying her.
Yeah,
And
it was.
he had the kids. He had the kids.
Yeah, it was just wrong.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was so grimy. That was so messy.
I got a homeboy in a situation like that.
Yeah. What else we got, Spence?
That was the last thing.
Oh shit! You ain't see that one I sent you? I think I texted you a couple days ago.
Yo, who would win, Homelander or Superman, if they were in a fight?
Superman. Easily.
Yeah, Superman.
We're not talking about somebody who.
That nigga, he might talking about Goku.
This is a real question.
Oh my God,
We're not talking about Goku now, because Goku would do
I knew it.
All right?
I knew it.
All right.
Yeah, Superman wins that pretty easy.
Yeah, Homelander is like a test tube.
Yeah. I mean, that man could go into the sun and sleep and come out and just knock that nigga head off. Like, nah.
What was the other dude that was actually killing people?
Soldier Boy?
No,
on the boys?
No.
Brightburn.
You thinking of Omni-Man?
Brightburn.
Yeah. When he was like actually killed his whole
one?
team.
Omni-Man.
Right, Omni-Man.
yeah.
Isn't him and Superman essentially almost the same thing?
Superman
Pretty
watched
much.
both of them.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I think
hell no.
Superman's still
Really? I don't know about
he's
that one.
similar to Superman,
Superman
but he's
watched
not
both.
Superman.
Superman
Omni-Man
watching every
Omni-Man will beat
clone that's trying to be
Homelander.
Superman.
Yeah,
But neither
yeah.
one of them. can
All
touch
of them.
Superman.
Shazam's. Yeah, all of them niggas.
Well, no, Shazam would be actually more in line. But they have to.
Shazam's up there with Superman. I'm
Suits
talking about
like they
niggas
showed
outside
it in
the DC
Justice.
universe.
They showed
fake-
it in
yeah, fake
Justice
Superman,
that
yeah.
he takes him out.
Yeah, I'm talking about niggas outside the DC universe who you can clearly tell based that character on Superman.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
right.
One Punch Man, Superman.
What do you think about hey, Brandon? What do you think about Gladiator?
Gladiator watched all of them.
You think he
Superman
wins
too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Gladiator.
Probably. Yeah.
He will. But that confidence, they
Yeah, his
got rid of
confidence
that.
is too. Yeah.
They got rid of it though.
Mm,
So he confident now. So the nigga killed his whole race. He
mm.
good. Gladiator wins.
Damn.
He's more ruthless too. So
I need to read more comics, yo.
He probably
You
wins.
do. You do.
I need to
You
read
need
more
you need
comics.
some recommendations.
I don't care what
killed
people
Yeah, I do.
He said he
I
killed
honestly
his
do.
whole race,
Like-
so did
like-
Itachi.
Like for lore, ancient lore. Like I know all the recent stuff, but I need ancient lore
You talking about the Sheer?
and just anything in Marvel.
He just talking about comics.
In general, yeah.
Oh,
But not this, but with Gladiator, when the Shi'ar Empire took over, they enslaved his planet,
yeah.
and they was like, "Hey, you with us?" And he killed them all. So
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey,
Gladiator,
I'll be right
truth,
back.
man.
He said no.
Yeah, he's a problem.
Yeah,
He's a
and then
problem.
he a Crip, so
He said he.
How the hell is he a confirmed Crip? Where?
that nigga skin blue.
He said a confirmed crib.
Hey, was you showing it, Spencer?
I needed to confirm from me.
Yeah.
What is this? The hell?
Kevin Gates.
Who was that? Oh, that looked like Kevin Gates on the right.
It was Kevin Gates.
Hold on, you should have brought up the Kevin Gates and Mike Tyson clip.
I ain't
what the
seen
hell
that.
they talking about? I got that shirt. That
I don't know what I haven't seen this, but I hate when people want us to watch a video and they're on top of the fucking video they want us to watch.
Yeah, man, stupid.
This shit is annoying.
And I want to burn my Purple Rain.
Like, do you want us to watch this shit or no?
You can watch it. I hate that shit too. Though.
I don't like. They got mad when I said for Black Lives Matter, because who they matter to? We kill each other all day. We talk about each other all day. You know who talk about me the most on the internet? Niggas. Niggas. You know what's worse than a nigga? 2 of them. It don't be nobody else talking about me. It be niggas, my own people that look like me. Talk about me like a dog. Kick me when I'm down. Can't wait. look at Gates. Went to jail. They celebrated, clapped their hands. It was happy. I don't look at color and see race no more. I see real and fake. That's it. Even when I see police, what's up, big man? Don't work too hard. I'm gonna try not to, Gates.
Did it affect you that it was somebody of your own color that sent you to the institution?
You know how niggas go to jail? Cause niggas tell on niggas. It's a 9-8%. I don't care what people don't like. They got mad when I said I don't support Black Lives Matter. Cause who they matter to? We kill each other all day. We talk about each other all day. You know who talk about me the most on the internet? Niggas.
Is this replaying?
Niggas.
Yeah, it just did a loop.
2 of them.
2 of them.
I mean,
this is an episode of Boondocks.
I agree. I agree with what he's saying.
No, I agree.
I see what he said. I get what he said. I get it. It's the delivery, man. That shit.
But
funny.
but at the same time, that's his audience.
That's true.
Yeah. So
that's true. So
I mean,
shitting on the people who listen to you.
That's your audience. That's who.
That's
That's your
who you
audience.
direct
Is
your
black
music
people.
to.
So
Yeah.
they're gonna be the ones talking about you.
True.
So my thing, why we're so caught up in trying to impress our own people, even though we know we're our biggest haters.
We're definitely our biggest hater. Yeah.
And because I'm still 2 of my favorite rappers, Nipsey and Dolph.
Dolph, nigga.
They kept going home. And I understood what Nipsey was trying to do. But he was still in the hood because he wanted to buy up the block he grew up on. And then with Dolph really didn't have to be there. And then he was there.
Yeah.
And then I had a friend, she made a comment, and you know, I'll delete people over the pettiest fucking comment. Like me, I'm like, and she made a comment like, you know, these niggas got money, why keep going back? And then who made fun of it? Our boy, Anime House.
RDC.
Mark.
When he made this shit about being a rapper.
And
yeah.
Never go
back. I was
back.
like, this shit funny, but it's true.
I ain't going back. Fuck that shit.
And that's like even dude, when I go back home to Oklahoma, I'm like, bro, I don't want to tell nobody I'm there. I'm
kind of the same way.
I feel that.
Because I don't feel like
you're there to see your people.
Dealing with the fake people.
Fake, and I know they haven't progressed from high school.
I
Because they think I'm rich, bro.
Probably, well, not hating, but they still on them. I would say low vibration.
High school.
It's hate. It's hate. You see niggas living better than you. Niggas that you know in real life.
I'll say it's hate, but I'm saying you're not there 24/7. So you know they living their lives, and they still living their lives in the same low standards that you left
at
them
least
in.
Traveled.
Yeah.
Something
grown
experienced, some other culture. You've been to Tokyo Tower, you know what I'm saying?
Fucking Tokyo Tower.
He had to slip that in. He had to find some way.
Terrible.
Yeah, I feel like once you get to a certain spot, it is dangerous to go back to where you from.
It is, dude.
People just hate.
Yeah, for no reason.
They want what you got. They want what you got, and they got less to lose, so they'll do whatever for what you got.
Very true. You was from a gang, you know. You go back and you see your former gang battle buddies, and you're like, well, nigga, I get it, but you trash. I've elevated, so
like,
I'm like,
you shouldn't even be trying to be doing this shit no more, bro.
but I'm fly.
You
now.
older than me.
I'm fly though.
You older than me. What the fuck? You still doing this shit? Like, you
You
still
know,
in the streets? Damn.
the trip though, there was another video I meant to share it. It was a Hispanic dude and he was talking to black people. He was very specifically talking to black people. And he said the real difference between us and y'all is that we actually like have each other's backs. If you see a Hispanic person open up a business, that business usually does well because other Hispanic people will help them. It's like, instead of tearing them down, y'all tear each other down and kill each other all the time and talk about like how you're gonna kill each other and talk shit and tear each other down. Whereas like we generally act like family even if we're not family. Like in that cultural thing, Jewish people are another one that show that, and actually most Jewish people will say no one hates Jewish people more than Jewish people. You'll hear Jewish people say that all the time, but they're like, even with that being said, they still come to the bar mitzvah. They still donate money for that kid to make sure that he can be successful. They still want to see Jewish businesses thrive and things like that because the culture is more important than the individual. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of other cultures that do that. Asians as well.
Yeah,
every bro. I have said
it's everything but black.
Fucking
like,
the ongoing
at the gas
back in
station.
Florida.
I'm gonna answer that. It's everything. But it's everything but American black and white.
Okay, yeah.
It's American black and white because we don't fuck with each other like we should. Like, it's just the reality of it.
I'm gonna tell her something I don't really speak about. When I have my house, the fuck, Carlton been waiting in the room for a minute. I
hit admit, like
I hit admit, I don't know what's going on. But so
too.
My little house.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I have a small house, but I've had several friends stay here, family, whatever, to try to, whatever they're going through. Certain close friends, because I'm big on like my bonds with my friends in the army are stronger than with my own family. So I trust them more. And I know like they point is like boom, boom. But people always like, yeah, I'd be like, yo, I'll open my home up to you, you can come stay. And they'd be like, something's like, why? It was like, this is something I always say. I was like, well, Mexicans do it all the time. They be having like 10 cats living in the house.
In a 2-bedroom.
they make it work.
Yeah.
I'm always like, well, we don't do that for our own. And my thing is like, I'll do it for people like, if I feel like you're not going to fuck me over.
Yeah.
Because I don't ask for shit. And if I'm going through something, this is all I would ask for is, bruh, give me like $100 for the electricity bill because you're running my shit up by being here. That's it. I don't be wanting nothing. I'm just like a happy person.
West Indies, man. It was funny because I actually saw like a podcast video about it, and I actually wrote a policy for this dude's brother-in-law, right? So the whole joke was, or the comment was, this dude asked this West Indian guy, "How is he so rich?" He was like, "Well, if I have 9 brothers and you have 9 brothers, your 9 brothers go out individually, get married with 9 different separate women, and you have 9 different mortgages. While my 9 brothers, and bring their wives into the family home, we have 9 different incomes paying for one house. So they not only do they pay the house off, they stack their money while they're there. True. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's 9 different people contributing to something that would abnormally be kind of out of, or like kind of expensive to us. That's 9 people divided by 9. Like if you have a $1,600 rent or mortgage, divide that by 9. Like, bro, like it's
you're barely hit. You're not even hitting.
Not even 9, 18 because you have 9 brothers with 9 wives.
And see, that's kind of the
my
mindset
thing
I
is,
take.
we're as Americans, we're in that culture where once our kids turn 18, we kick them out, and they're adults, and
they're not.
And
that's why
we're not
a lot
in
of
that
Asian
culture as to
move
like
their
we keep our
mothers and their
children
fathers
until they're ready to go out into the world.
It ain't even just
Type
Asian.
shit.
My mom live in my house. So.
It's everybody culture. This is the thing, right? And then I learned this reading Rich Dad Poor Dad about the house.
That
But
guy
it was
is
like,
very different, but the book's good.
but he was like, when we buy a house, you buy it to entertain people. And then he was like, you want all this extra room, all these extra, all this stuff. So when I bought my house, I literally bought it for me and my 2 kids because that's all I have. And then it's just like, if someone comes over, I'm like, family, whatever, you can stay. I'll make sure you're straight. But I've met people who be like, oh, well, I want to buy this house. I want this many rooms. I want another floor because I want to entertain guests.
Or what?
I think it's like, I ain't trying to entertain no fucking body.
Nigga.
Like, if you come over, we can eat, play spades, get the fuck out. Unless you family passing, like friends, if y'all passing through, you know what I'm saying, you traveling, I'll be like, hey, come here, stay on the couch. Don't pay for no hotel. But I'm not going to go outside my fucking, like, living comfort, my means.
To appease other motherfuckers that ain't paying my bills.
These other motherfuckers for a house. Like, oh, come over and see this shit.
This is
I
your
got a
space.
big ass backyard. I'm happy about it, but it's really the intent was to put a garden and maybe in-ground pool in that bitch.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I just wanted a big ass yard for my kids. So I live pretty simple, but I also do that because a priority for me is traveling. I got to go on vacation. So I got to travel. I got to get the fuck out of here. And then, so I do shit different, but I do have friends. They literally be like, oh, I want this, this, and that. So I can guest room, and then I can have a room to have everybody just like bullshit. And my family does, my own family does this, and I'm like, I don't get that shit. But that's y'all, me. I'm like, I ain't trying to entertain nobody. As long as my kids come over and they know they straight, I'm good. But I ain't trying to host couples parties and type shit. I don't know, but I think in the Americas we
Yeah, and I'm just curious, isn't America still like the youngest, like North America still like the youngest continent, like out of them all? Like country is still the youngest. So we probably making all the fucked up mistakes.
Miss eye twitching, he might know
the door
that.
discovered. I was gonna say, like, I take the same mindset with, like, because I got my own business. And whenever I put somebody on, and I usually look for black people to put on because that's just a thing I do.
What's the business?
Some of us do it.
Sales.
Some of us do it.
Online. You do online call center. Work from home. You work for Home Depot, fucking any company that's a client with the platform. I could put you on. You could work there, and all I ask for is $1, because I know, it's already a set amount that you'll get. It might be 12, might be 13, might be $10. I'm not trying to dig into your pockets to be like, all right, I need you to give me $5 of your $10 to work for me. Like, if people want a job and you want to work from home, I just want $1 because I am putting you on, and I do got to pay a certain fee to have you under my business name. But I don't never be trying to look for nobody's, like, let me get 30% or 20, or other people be trying to get like $3. I'm just give me $1 for every hour that you work. So I mean, it's like you got to be able to look out for people too when you want to be looked out for as well, and not just be like, well, you should be looking out for me. I should be able to live at your house and stay, but I can't let you live in my house if you're not going to appreciate my house and understand you a guest here. You're not a fucking resident. You're a guest here.
Yeah, totally agree.
And people kind of lose that respect when they think, okay, I'm comfortable. I could just live with you and take advantage of you. And then all of a sudden they're there for 6-7 months. Then you fight and then got to kick them out. So I be wanting to look out, but it's hard when people don't want to look out for themselves either.
Yeah, I mean, I go by that philosophy. If I can't bless others if I can't bless myself. So if I don't have that necessity to, like, if I'm not doing well, I can't fucking help you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I'm striving and, I got that extra money, or, I can help you for a little bit, come over, I'll do that. But like I said, you can't bless yourself, you can't bless others.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like a philosophy I go by. All right. I'm guessing we're done with that topic because we got quiet as well.
Joe killed the whole room. Now I'm playing.
I'm sorry. It's my that comment killed the whole vibe.
Niggas was trying to think of what to say though.
So bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's our real issue with even everything you guys have said. There's none I disagree with. The real issue is that because of our culture and how we've grown up, we don't trust each other. And that's ultimately what it boils down to. Is you can my boy Nganga from Kenya, if another Kenyan comes into town, even if they don't know each other, if he finds out he's Kenyan, he's gonna let him stay with him. You know what I'm saying? Like they're immediately gonna start that tribal thought process. You know what I'm saying? Of, oh nah, absolutely stay here until we get you sorted out. You know what I'm saying? And that is the real ultimate thing. Because as Brandon said, he might let me crash at his place overnight or some shit like that because we know each other. We've known each other while we met in the army, things of that nature. But that's only going to go so far. And when it comes to family, that's even a shorter leash usually, because family be the first one to fuck you is the thought process of Americans, right? And it's the thought process because it's true. Like so like it sucks, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a cultural issue that we got to try to fix, man. And like ultimately, is as much as I am you know, for not talking about the movement, but the reality of like Black Lives Matter or whatever the case, as much as I'm for that, it's like we have to at some point in time start caring about ourselves. Like we only care when someone from a different race kills us or fucks with us. But it's like we do it to each other, we get it. Carry on. Look at that weak nigga. Let me get this shit. He got punked
Smoking
out.
on that nigga Pat.
Yeah. I saw a video. It was like maybe a 20-second video of a dude like FaceTiming his girl, and she answered the FaceTime, and she was getting her back blown out on the FaceTime, and his face just looked like he was in disgust. And I was just like, how fucked up of a mentality do you have to not only do that, but to put it to like broadcast it, to let other people see it? Like how much lack of respect for yourself, for your mother, for your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna allow that to be broadcast. You know, like it's wild to me. You know what I mean? So stuff like that is just it's crazy to me. We gotta start giving a shit about each other, like ourselves, as opposed to worrying about what everybody else is doing. Because for every time we have, you know, some cop do a wrong killing to somebody, we got thousands of deaths just by each other. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop it and stop being enraged only by that stuff. But
and that's what I was saying. Like that's what I was saying about Kanye though, and not to harp on him, but that's what I was saying in context to him is, bro, why we worried about what the Jewish people are doing, bro, when we got to get our own shit together?
Actually, that's not a good argument point for you. Because his entire point was that we need to start acting like Jewish people. That was actually his point.
And I get that. I get that.
We need to start coming together the way they do. Like he said, I'm jealous of Jewish
people.
But
where are we doing that though? But
hold on. The thing
that's what he was saying.
With Kanye, he can talk all this, but what has he ever done to back up the shit he talked?
To show that we own that path.
He donated $2 million to the families of the people who were
my God,
and so
the families of who? I didn't. No, I'm really.
No. Like Breonna Taylor, their family, like the victims of all those crimes. He donated $2 million to those families.
And
he may have done more just because we don't know what niggas have done. Don't mean that they not doing stuff. Just like I was saying, Tim Duncan and stuff. They not just out in the open with stuff that they do, but they still do it. Just because we ain't heard about it, don't mean niggas ain't doing nothing.
Bro, the only reason we found out Tim Duncan was doing that shit because they had to hunt him down to put him in the Hall of Fame.
The only reason we found out about Kanye doing it was because one of the families spoke about it. Like he wasn't broadcasting; he was just trying to help.
To what Mitch just said, I've seen a lot of people talk about we only care when white people kill us, but we kill each other all the time. Mm-hmm. And I always say the difference between that is when we do something or kill each other, there's consequences all the time. When they do it, it's admin leave. Well, we got to look into it. We got to investigate it.
Yeah,
that's the difference between that shit. Yeah, we kill each other, and and we don't make a big uproar. But when they do it, it's like no consequences. So that's my thing on that, because we are always dealt with every single
immediate
time.
action. Yep, that's true.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Well, all this goes
Go ahead, Brent.
deeper. It goes very deeper than that. It's systematic. Y'all don't really. I'm super woke. I don't like to get into it.
Nigga, just talk about it.
Yeah,
because I feel like I'm wasting energy.
You ain't wasting no energy, nigga. I'm right here.
Yes, we talk.
No, the thing though, all this. But this is. You said what?
You waste
I said
energy
you feel like wasting
to us,
energy
nigga.
talking to us. We come on here to talk.
Not to y'all. I feel like I'm wasting energy when I try to like bring up
general.
all this shit. Because I've already earlier I was like, y'all used to really be on this shit, and there was a point I was like, you can't put everybody back on the boat to go home, and I'm big on that concept.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got all them books. When I was sitting, somebody's like, "Oh, I see this book."
Yeah, that was me. Yeah,
bro, this shit is so. People be like, so if I tell somebody like, Egypt is black, but they have over the years have whitewashed, painted over these things, broke the noses off, this and that. If I say that, someone's like, "Nigga, you crazy? You don't know what you're talking about." All right, cool. If you don't believe that, then you're not gonna believe all this other shit that's going on that's systematic when it comes to breaking the buck. If you don't know what that saying means, off rip, it's just like, well, why am I gonna sit here and waste my energy with it?
What they just
all
did
this shit, all this shit is it's just so much like
that's obvious.
It's obvious, but all this goes on now. So we've been put against each other for so long. Even with
it's natural.
I love Ice Cube. NWA hurt us just hurt us in a big way with the music and the culture, because music used to be something different. And then once we start saying the word nigga, this and that, we can kill each other, we can sell crack. But if you know the history of crack, you know the history of gangs, all these little things play a part to why we're at where we are now. It's the same reason why they will help a black woman more in the courts, single versus the man being in the family and all this. That's like, y'all talking about the pay. I get along with both moms, but one of them I understand is like, and I tell all the time is like, I'm gonna help out no matter what, and we can agree on what I give you monthly, but you're better off with me not being in the house. Because even when she lived with me, she didn't get none of the help she got that she does, even though we get along. But it's like all this shit, it's all this little stuff they do. But sometimes you bring this to some people and they just like so hard-headed, like, oh, they're not gonna go through all that trouble to do that. Dude, they've been doing this shit, I don't know how fucking long.
Yeah.
And then it's been like, dude, it's been since the history of this country. There's a black man on a $2 bill. That's random, but it's a fact. But the thing is like, with the I don't want to lose
That's
my
probably why them things so damn hard to find.
Yeah, I had a couple of them.
They are. I have some still, but they really pointed out as one brother, he got the little stupid wig on and shit, but he was sitting there as a black man. And if you look hard enough, it's there. Proof is in the pudding. But it's just like we're so pent against each other. This shit has worked for so long. So till today, it's just like when we're against each other, I'm like, yo, this shit is obvious as fuck to me. Cause I love my people so much. I love seeing us, but I'll be damned if I say there's sometimes I'm uncomfortable when I come across some of us.
Yeah.
Cause it ain't always like, we always supposed to like welcome each other, but
that
ain't always the case. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know what this nigga got going on in his life. He look homeless. I don't fucking know. He could be a blood. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But it's something that's just like, we want to receive us, but at the same time, we can't always trust us. And I feel like that's been so embedded. I also feel like,
but we don't do it no justice either, though.
We don't do it no justice. So like with the music, like we cool with accepting like killing each other. Like Rick Ross got in trouble the second, he talked about killing us the whole time. The second he said white people, they was trying to cancel the boy. And then it's just like, I see Shaq, Charles Barkley being some fucking tap dancing on TV, and I'm like,
yeah.
So y'all should come at them more than y'all come at LeBron, because LeBron at least speak up. But Shaq and Chuck don't speak up. And I'm just like, they just go along with it because they trying to like cover up shit. It's so much. Yeah. We're so against each other, and I'm just like, man, as much as I love my people, it's embedded in us not to trust each other, and they've been doing this since they introduced cocaine.
Yep, absolutely.
Because game stood for something else. But then it's like once you put that in there, and now we got money.
And niggas saw they could make money from it. Hell yeah.
Like, I don't know, you gotta separate us somehow. And I'm like, we dope as fuck as a culture, but
there was an interview.
We're susceptible to shit like that. We great as fuck, but we can be manipulated and
we'll take a knee, but then be like, hey, I still want to play for y'all.
Nigga said 5 million.
So I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna get off my knee, and now I'm good. Like it's just, but this is over time. This has been embedded in us because, like, some people they feel like the black woman is the most unprotected person in the world or in America, which she is. But what about the black man ain't protected either? So it's just like
that's true.
Well, that's what I said. Like I said it earlier. I said it earlier. Like hierarchy wise, what do we put below the black man? Like really? Like what do we put below as a culture, as a nation?
Like what
is a nation?
I want to ask Facebook that as a nation.
You could kill niggas, but you kill an animal. Shit.
Yeah, the animals are higher.
When's the last time you heard a hate crime against a black person versus everybody else?
Well, they don't call it a hate crime.
Right.
We don't get that. We don't even get that.
Bro, Biden.
They call that laws.
The last time it happened was when
with the Asians when they was blowing up their salons.
Mm-hmm.
Because they made it an immediate thing. Don't you ever do it again?
So what happened though, right? Is when that shit happened, all the Asians bounded together and were like,
"You're not doing that to us
today." Like, you know what I'm saying? But when that dude walks into that church in fucking South Carolina, North Carolina, and shoots up that church full of black folks, where was black people? They read about it. They said, "Damn, that's fucked up," and then went back about their day. Like that's the reality. You know what I'm saying? Like Asians were like, "Oh hell no." You get what I'm saying? Like so.
And that's why I call famous niggas fake. Like, because of that shit. Like, it's real shit going on. And they choose to speak on, let me speak on Breonna Taylor, but let me not speak on this situation. That's exactly the same, but it got less publicity.
But
you know who spoke on it?
Look at the history of when we speak on shit and see what happens to them.
You know who spoke on it, though?
About to say Kanye.
Oh yeah,
Kanye.
I think you're gonna say LeBron.
No,
but like I said, my only thing with Kanye, it's nothing. I think I don't know. I just think
he said some
he's trying too hard. He tries too fucking hard.
No. I think he's just trying to get people to listen.
Kanye might be low.
You fucking got us to listen. You make music, nigga.
But the thing though,
he says stuff I agree with. He says stuff I don't agree with.
The facts. I'm in the same boat.
Stuff that I think is legit. But my argument, y'all know how I am. The second he decided to go into contract with that fucking Kardashian girl, I was like, bro, you just let go of your original greatness. Because I felt like he was supposed to be here. He did that. They distracted him, and he went with it. And I'm like, well, nigga, you a clown to me.
Like he was on the same level as fucking Jay-Z, man.
This dude was up there, bro. He was supposed to be.
He was supposed to surpass Jay-Z.
Dude, this hurts. I don't want to say it out loud. Kanye was supposed to be next Pop, if not bigger. That's how I used to feel about him.
Basically, yeah.
And then, but he had a lot of stuff going on, and I'm not knocking him. The original woman in his life, he got rid of her when he got big. Then his mom passed.
Asked for a white girl.
When his mom passed, I think that's
his
really
mom passed.
That's what changed him.
But he still had the potential, and I felt like the others saw that, and they was like, "Well, we'll present you whatever woman you want." And
niggas had hope for him still.
You had hope, and it was like
still hope.
He did that, and he was still a great musician. Yeah. But then it was just like all the other shit. That shit went out the window for me. Even all this stuff he's trying to do now, I'm like, nah, you kind of.
Well,
that's
so
what I'm saying, man. You taint your image, yo.
I heard the other day someone say this, and I forget who said it, but it actually made sense. And they're like, well, what did Kanye say that he's trying to do? He's trying to run for president. You know what I'm saying? He flat out said it. He's trying to run for president. And the dumb shit that we see as dumb shit, he's getting a lot of Trump fans to start to like him because of the dumb shit he's been saying. And his number one supporter has been Trump. So they believe, whoever this was on the radio or whatever, they're like, They believe that he's not as dumb as he sounds, and he's doing it on purpose to get a bunch of voters to vote for him that wouldn't even give him a thought beforehand. Well, let's get a black guy who thinks the way we think, Herschel Walker, whatever the case, right? Let's get a black guy who thinks the way we think. So when he runs for office, he's going to have a lot more people. Because the reality of it is, no matter how angry we get, the black vote is only 13% of the population. If you can get white people to be on board with you, that's how you become the president. It's just the reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I forget who said it, man, and it's someone we all know too. But they were just like, I think he's doing what he needs to do to get the votes that he needs to get president when it's time. You know,
it's crazy, and he does that and then switch up on him.
Right,
for black
He gonna
people.
switch up.
Right.
Like,
If he does that,
That's gonna
awesome.
go down in history.
Great.
That shit would be crazy.
I will fucking admit that I'm wrong, like for real. But until I see that shit, man, fuck that nigga, cuz.
Yeah, I think
It'll
gonna
be
get there
crazy
be
if it happens.
I think that's why he's doing it too, is because a lot of people think the way you think, Mars. So where he's like,
yeah, show us.
Black people. So where he's like, I can't win if my
fuck
goal
us,
is-
show me.
No,
Show me.
I can't win if my goal is to just satisfy black people. It won't happen.
Hey,
I got to
show
get
me,
white
bro.
people on board.
All right, cool. Do that and then show me, and then I'll be like, I bet I was wrong, my nigga.
What did Trump do to get elected?
Be ignorant.
No.
And get them fucking dumbass people
What did
who go vote for him.
no. Get your emotions out your head.
No. I'm saying
This is
them.
what I'm saying. What did he do to get elected?
He fucking propaganda. He advertised. He got
didn't.
them motherfuckers on his
No,
side.
this is what Trump did to get elected. He said the game is rigged. These are the people who rigged it, and I know because I sit at the table. I'll change this shit. That got him elected. The fact that he was willing to say stuff that offended.
Promised change then.
He promised that he was not going to lie about it. He said everything you think is going on in this back room that you're not allowed to see, the shit's happening. Now I'm gonna go back in here and try to work some shit out.
That's crazy.
That's exactly what he did, and he got elected because of it.
As soon as he got in office, he hid everything he did.
He was the first politician to admit, yeah, the shit that you guys are worried about is happening. But I can fight your end because I'm the one who deal with these people. I know that they dodge taxes because I dodge taxes. He admitted all this shit as he was running, and people saw it as a breath of fresh air because at least he's being honest about it. We all knew they were doing it, but at least he's being honest about it. That's what he ran on, and that's what got him elected ultimately. You know, so I'm not saying it's going to work, but it sounds like it's what Kanye is doing.
I mean, if that's what he's doing and that's his grand scheme, cool.
You focused so much on the Lloyd situation, but most
I just need to see. I'm tired of hearing niggas talk about shit.
Just let me finish, bro. You focused on that very little part of that podcast.
How can I let you finish?
Just let me finish. Let me finish the sentence. You focused so much on that little part of the podcast where you're talking about Lloyd, but the reality of it, most of that podcast was him flat out saying that we need to start taking over the way the Jewish people do. And the Jewish people coming at him are what got him canceled. It wasn't anything else. He effectively did the same thing that Trump did, is say, fuck the establishment. I'm part of it. And I'm telling you guys, this is the issue. And now they're coming against him, which has done what? It's made a bunch of people who really probably didn't even care about the situation now put a line in the sand and say, I'm with Kanye or I'm against Kanye. You know what I'm saying? And now people are fighting because they're like, look, Kanye tried to tell y'all this and now they're canceling him. Everything that he said what happened, he's proven to be right. Right. So that's what's happening now. You have some people who are like, fuck that guy. But you got a lot of people who are like, he's telling us the truth. And people weren't willing to do that before. Right. So I'm saying it sounds exactly like when Trump was running for president. It's the same narrative. He's saying fuck the establishment.
He's not the first man to do that shit. He's not the first person to do that and to bring that knowledge to light.
No, Trump was.
No, I mean, not even Trump. Before any of these niggas, there was people before them who was speaking. What you mean, Marcus Garvey?
No, Marcus Garvey was just talking about the establishment.
Frederick Douglass? Like,
no.
Niggas before
that's not the same at all. Like, no, we're talking about he is attacking the actual CEOs.
Okay,
of the
Elijah Muhammad. He wasn't talking about that.
No, he was just talking about white versus black as a whole. Like, Kanye attacked a specific group of people who he said is in charge. He didn't just say white people. He said these specific people are the problem. Like that's a whole different thing than just in general saying white versus black or something like that. And that all I'm saying is it is very similar to Trump's entire process of going for president.
Yeah, I get that. Attack a certain amount of people, certain group of people. Get the people who don't like them to support you. Cool. But they were still talking like Elijah Muhammad, the Muslims, the 5%ers, all of them niggas. They were still talking about we the real Israelites, we the real Jews. They was talking about that shit before.
But that's not what his argument is. That was Kanye. That was Kyrie's argument, not Kanye.
But Kanye did say that shit though.
He said it, but that wasn't his argument. His argument was about the fact that the Jewish people control everything.
Yeah.
And we need to change that. That was his argument. Ultimately, like he's like, he said the word, I'm jealous of the Jews.
Yes, of their structure. Yeah.
The way that they have control. That was really his narrative the whole time. And they did not like that shit.
Yeah, man. It's ways to say things. It's ways to get your point across without I mean, you can upset people. You're gonna always upset somebody.
You sure are.
You can say things to us as a people without being so blatant about it. Like as if I'm gonna say this. Like you could have said that shit in a more sort of way and kept your money still been as powerful as you were.
How could he have said it?
Anything. There are people in the world who control what we do, who control our money, who control our lifestyles.
You know who they are?
The moment he says the word Jewish, they're coming at his neck.
Right, but he didn't have to.
It doesn't matter what else to say after that.
He didn't have to fucking. That's what I'm saying. There's a way to say things.
How do you
have to fucking say them?
There's no way to get around that.
No, you can't get around it. He's not talking about white people. He's talking about Jewish people who run the organizations.
All he gotta say is, "Yo, if you know, you know." You don't gotta fucking say their name.
No, but that's not what he's doing.
Why?
Video.
Yeah, I mean, but think about it.
Because
the whole purpose is he's trying to expose them. So
Yeah,
how else would he say that?
But you're exposing them.
Damn, Marz.
You're exposing them in a way that's putting you in danger.
Yeah, he is.
Marz,
So makes him what?
But where
What makes him what?
Well, he said in a different interview. He said in a different interview. The only reason I'm saying it out loud like this now, I'm saying everything out loud so they don't kill me. Because if I, it's kind of like you got to save face. Because if I say, all right, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say this, and I know they're gonna retaliate, but I'm letting you know they're gonna retaliate. So now they have to pick and choose. Well, do we expose ourselves to retaliate, or do we just have to try to fuck him up in a different way that's not so obvious?
Right.
Still do that shit without fucking doing what he did.
Nah, not really.
Still achieve the same things and probably get a better result from.
All right, Marz, I'm gonna give you an example. Do you remember when Philadelphia beat New England I think it was Philadelphia who beat New England in the
Why you gonna bring that up?
But no, seriously. It wasn't Philadelphia. It was in the Super Bowl, right?
Okay, yeah.
But think about it. I'm a Jacksonville Jaguar fan. I was happy that my team made it to the playoffs.
Hey, I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, that's where I'm from. I got to. But the thing about it is Ramsey had stated that it was fixed. Ramsey, right after the playoffs, he said they came into the locker room halftime because Jacksonville was beating their ass. And he said he came to the halftime and they was like, you guys gotta lose one because Jacksonville hasn't been there so fucking long. So who cares, I guess, to their eyes. But it was too like everyone's gonna pay more to see the Patriots because you're gonna have the haters pay more to hope that they lose, and you're gonna have the supporters pay more just to see them win. So when he put that out on Twitter or whatever the platform was, they took that shit down immediately.
I remember this shit.
I told my entire family, I said Patriots are gonna lose, and they're like, "Why would you say that?" I said because it's been exposed. Now what you can do is, even if they win, they're gonna look like. Even if it's false, it's a 50-50 chance. I'm not into that shit, but 50-50 chance. I said, even if they win, then now they're proving him right.
Yeah.
They're going to have to lose to save face, take this fucking L, and then win the next year. So that's exactly what they did.
They lost. I was mad at that L.
Yeah, they lost, and then next year they won because now everyone's like, oh, now he's full of shit.
Yeah. So with football, when I realized the shit was fake,
Entertainment. It's entertainment.
Entertainment.
When the Carolina Panthers lost the Super Bowl, because Cam Newton was paid off.
The big games are fake.
Look at all these salty niggas, man, because they team don't.
It's not being salty. You can make all the fun you want, but it's just like one. Dude,
It's still a business.
They were so disrespectful with history. And then I remember this shit like yesterday because Beyonce did the whole Black Panther party.
I think it's NBA too, to be honest.
Halftime. It was also the 50th anniversary of the Black Panther party, the Carolina Panthers, led by Cam Newton, the most niggas quarterback ever.
Also
going against
Peyton
Manning, ass, and then Peyton Manning was a Bronco, but Von Miller, in my opinion, other than Cam being paid off, Von Miller won that game. But it was just like watching Cam Newton. I've watched this dude play at Auburn. Big fan of him. His energy was off. He lived in Atlanta. People in Atlanta knew he took like 5 million to throw that game. When that fumble came, and Buddy just stood there and didn't want to dive on the ball, he just looked at it. Watch that dude. You could watch every fucking game that season and see how Cam act. But just that game, he just
like he was controlled.
He was controlled. He was paid off. And I was just like, man. But then it's like they just expect nobody knows the history, but we gonna disrespect the Panthers in general even more. We'll give y'all Beyonce. We'll distract you. But they was like, oh, it's the when the fuck because you know Wick was created by the Black Panther Party. But when did we ever hear about them? But all of a sudden for this Super Bowl, this Pacific Super Bowl, oh, we're talking about this shit. She comes out and does a tribute, but we're gonna make sure they lose. And Peyton Manning is the victor because it's always about they so
the hero.
The hero. But even in action movies, the big one
that's what they do. No, I'm serious.
That's the thing though. And because the big thing, the Shiro is the white hero, right? Because they do this in so many movies, all this shit, they make sure the white woman comes out on top. And this shit, like a lot of people look past this, but I'm like, you know. And you could be like, oh, of course, I ain't looking for it. It's just obvious as fuck.
Yeah.
But football, dude, it's my favorite sport. I love it to death. I fucking watch it faithfully. I wrote a paper about it being equivalent to religion, if that make any sense, but how people react.
And they got their own superstitions and everything.
Yeah. I got an A for that shit.
Rituals and shit.
It's so powerful, but it's so controlled.
I think the NBA is the same way, man. I'm gonna tell you,
it can be manipulated.
The bubble is what did it for me. The bubble is what did it for me. Like, so think about the bubble, right? So we got a situation where the NBA is not making as much money as they should because they can't have people at the games, this, that, and the other thing. What's the only thing that can add to the money that people are going to spend to watch? We're going to put LeBron in the finals. We're going to make sure he wins his 4th ring, which now separates him from the other players in the league, and we're going to make sure this goes down, and it doesn't matter what the other team is. So, but we'll have them face a team that they can't really beat or they can't really lose to, Miami, right? And then what happens since then, since the bubble, they're a trash ass team. So it shows that like the same players, they're a trash ass team because now we don't need that narrative. You know what I'm saying? Because LeBron James is their golden boy. So we needed as much attention as possible. Let's focus on LeBron getting his 4th ring, getting closer to blah, 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 right? And ever since then, now it's like, just let him play. And they've been doing terrible ever since. So it's wild to me that how that just seems to line up. It might be BS. Maybe we conspiracy theorists, but that's a lot of adding up. Man.
There's too many quote unquote coincidences, bro.
Too
many coincidences. Like if you see somebody in Walmart, hey man, you know they ain't seen you in a while, but you see that nigga every day, that nigga follow you. There's too many coincidences. There's too many coincidences.
You convince me otherwise,
Walmart,
nigga. You a stalker.
I see you at my massage parlor, nigga, and down the street. Hold on, nigga.
Yeah,
I had to take you out.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
Yeah, it's a crazy coincidence if it is one.
Yeah,
very crazy.
I don't believe in crazy like coincidences in chain like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then it's obvious, like how you said Cam, like energy was off. He just stared at the ball. You just like,
You've
I
never
believe
seen
in the game.
you've never seen him play like that before.
Like, yeah, what
and
you
he's been
freezing
in high
for?
and he's been in high level situations like that. It's not like he just got there
Bro,
as a
Cam,
walk-on.
Cam,
You're a professional
Cam, hold
nigga.
on. This is my thing with Cam Newton. Cam Newton has won everything possible in the sport of football except
the Super Bowl.
the fucking Super Bowl.
Damn, that's
And
crazy.
they didn't let him get back. They definitely didn't
That
let him get
alone,
back.
I'm like,
I mean, let me ask you this. This gonna be the zinger right here.
Newton
You
Panthers.
think that the NFL paid him off,
Oh,
or that a random
Black
paid him
Panthers.
off, and that's why they made
Oh,
sure
that's
he's
interesting.
gotten another real chance?
What you mean, a random?
Like a gangster, whatever, right? Somebody who.
Okay.
Either way, it's connected.
And then because of that, he fell completely off after that year.
Nigga, I thought that was a Ghost and Trey.
Shit was bad.
Hey, you know what's funny? I think Marz just triggered it. It's like the Panthers, Newton, Huey Newton, the Black Panthers.
It was the 50th anniversary.
I didn't even realize
Yeah.
that
Look it
until
up.
he said something.
And ever since that,
Look up the half.
I didn't
bro,
even
Ben,
really.
Ben,
It's just funny.
Just Google the halftime show. Just Google that. Just
I
Google
remember
the
it.
picture.
I
I remember
remember
it like yesterday because
Yeah, I remember. Mhm.
I'm like, wow, this is so convenient, and I felt it was. I felt it was
Newton,
the biggest.
Panthers that are black. 50.
And-
Wow.
And
Dude,
you're
it
not
was
gonna
the
think about
They
it.
did
Like,
not
you
want the
just
nigga to be
watching
on
it,
top.
You're
Hey,
not
if
gonna.
Cam was
That was
winning
the
that
message.
For me, dude,
That
that's
was
a
the
wrap.
message.
That shit was the biggest slap in the face.
Mm.
And they was like that made it so clear, like, yo, the NFL fake as fuck. But you know, I enjoy football. I don't know when they decide the outcome. I think it's once they know who's
It was
going
probably
to the
before
Super
they
Bowl.
play.
And it might not be every
Right,
Super
right.
Bowl. It
Wait,
might- it
what
might be
outcome?
when it makes
What outcome
sense,
y'all talking
but-
about?
Super Bowls.
NFL.
Big
The
Super
NFL.
Bowls.
Just the NFL.
Cam Newton Panthers.
Because it might not be every Super Bowl, but I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Why did the
The big
Falcons
ones.
win? Why
The-
did the Atlanta Falcons win? So
because they're trash. Fuck them. Falcons.
if you got a lead like that,
I can tell you
I
exactly
feel
what
like
happened.
Atlanta is once again they
They got crushed souls, is what happened there.
No, we trust me. The football team is the only bad team we got. You know, the soccer team win every other year. The Braves just won. Georgia Bulldogs won last year. They number one right now. It's just the Falcons. And the reason they lost that Super Bowl was three key things. One, the motherfuckers got up and decided to, instead of let Matt Ryan cook, they was gonna run the ball. We had soft ass Devontae Freeman back there who can't fucking hold a baby. And so he gave up 2 fumbles back to back. And then Matt Ryan threw a pick. And when
I thought they should have ran more.
I don't.
I think
because I as a avid, like, fuck you. Hold on, which way I need to roll? You see my shit, my Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, we see
I
all
got
this shit.
Julio Jones. I got fucking big ass shit right here. Right. I watched all their games like the past 10 years. And that team,
feel that why doesn't Russell Wilson have 2 rings? And I get people gonna be like, oh, it's because they chose to pass.
Oh, that dumbass play.
They didn't want to run.
You got one of the best running backs on goal line, nigga. You throw?
Hey, you.
Okay.
I see that. See, no, Brandon was trying to hate on my Patriots. I see what it is.
It's not the Patriots. It's just. But this is the story they painting for you. Like, we can have this great black quarterback.
You just know them niggas not good artists.
And running back.
But who are we gonna put them against? It's the running back.
Marshawn,
That Seattle team.
so I don't get fined.
That Seattle team.
He was going through them niggas.
It was their secondary for one.
100%.
And we can go off
50% secondary and then 50% Marshawn Lynch. It definitely
we
was
can go
not.
secondary.
It definitely was not Russell.
Marshawn Lynch would have went through that fucking line.
It definitely was
But the
not
thing
Russell
though,
Wilson.
but why? Why do we want one of the most niggas of all time at the running back?
Yeah,
because he's trucking them niggas.
I'm gonna tell you the conspiracy I heard a couple years ago.
If you're still into
Hold
football
on.
now and you see the little specials they give Marshawn, this dude is still the most ghettoest motherfucker on TV.
He's hilarious.
Oh yeah,
He's him.
He's
And I love it.
So
He
the
be
conspiracy
because he
theory
don't play
was-
their game. He don't
hold on,
care
the
about what
conspiracy
they
theory
think.
was
What's the
that
conspiracy? They don't want a nigga to win quarterback.
no, it wasn't that. That's when Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll started going at it. Like that season was when it started, and right And so what I heard was that, well, I forgot. I think it was Pat McAfee or one of the people on YouTube I was watching. It was like one of the assistants said that, hey, we're gonna run the ball, and Pete Carroll was like, he wanted to no. They was gonna run the ball, but they was like
goal line, which
they wanted Russell Wilson
goal line, but
with one of the best running backs in the game.
No, it wasn't Russell Wilson. It was Marshawn Lynch.
He didn't want Marshawn Lynch to be the hero.
Yeah, he didn't want Marshawn. He wanted it to be Russell Wilson.
Right.
To win the game.
He wanted it for Russell Wilson, not Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch is the reason you got there, nigga. What you mean?
No, that don't matter. He's too much of a nigga.
Hold on. So when they did
that season, he wasn't running that much. He ran it a lot the year before then.
But
he was on
he
the
ran,
year
nigga, he
before.
gained.
The year before, when they did the stats, they talked about how the defense kept stopping them on the run.
And they still had one more. They had one more down though.
And they was
So
like,
it
we do
really
the
was
analytics.
like
That's when all this analytics.
If they did take an L on the
when they do the
yards,
analytics, they was like, it's better to throw it. But he forced the pass and it got picked. But they should have just fucking ran.
I mean, he doing the same shit now.
You was in a good place to run, my nigga. It's not like it was
Yeah,
the
bro.
last
You gotta
fucking down.
You gotta have common sense, bro.
He ain't got the same team.
You had the fucking space to run.
To be fair, no one expected him to throw that motherfucker.
Hell the fuck no. Hell no.
That's what I was saying.
I
They
think a
niggas that don't
screen
even
would've-
coach or
a
play
screen
football,
would've
like, bro.
worked better if they was
But did
throw.
nobody expect or not? Because you throw the ball when you good.
If we know the outcome. If we know the outcome, then
you throw the ball when you good. That's
Yeah,
dumb.
don't use
And you've
that's
been in better
conspiracy.
positions. You've been in worse positions than this
Listen, bro.
to make a deciding fucking.
What was happening
choice.
when I heard the dude had an interview? He was one of the rappers back in like the 80s, and they had this meeting. From what they say, it's like 70s to 80s. They had this meeting. This is on a podcast now that I'm getting this information from. And it was a bunch of industry people, a lot of rappers, a lot of people who own the labels and stuff like that. And then there was a group of people who didn't intermingle. They did not intermingle with the group, like at all. It was like them niggas stayed to themselves. You can tell who is here, who's not. And their whole spiel was, it was a meeting about the direction where the industry is going. A lot of the people who own those record labels invested a crap ton of money in the prison systems. So their whole spiel, the whole meeting was about, we want you now to talk about the stuff that they're talking about today, to push because the whole theory was, you talk about this stuff, the killing and all that stuff, then the people will do it. And then that's more people to feed our jails, therefore more money in our pocket for free labor. Right. So the people who had an issue with it, they kicked out. They kicked out. It was like, you guys are under contract anyway. Like, they made everybody sign that you cannot tell anybody's name or faces or whatever the case may be. So the whole theory or conspiracy behind it is, but this dude is at the meeting, so I can't necessarily say it's conspiracy. So his whole version of the story was that a lot of the people in those music industries were pushing them to be this type of way. So those people, they can mentally warp the up and coming children of that time who listen to it into this type of behavior, which now causes more people to do the things that they're talking about, even though it is technically entertainment.
And that's what the fuck I talk about.
A lot of the industry, a lot of the people who was running this stuff, like literally invested money into the building of these prison systems, and they had to fill it.
That's what the fuck I be talking about when I say,
if I can find that video, I'll put it in the thing. I watch a lot of stuff while I'm at work.
The children are the targets, man. The children are targets.
But
fuck us.
Hold on. That they've been targeting children in cartoons.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's
absolutely.
So,
but
everything
those
is subliminal.
they are the main target. Us,
because
we're
they're
gonna
the
get old
future.
and die.
Bro, who watches?
You control what the kids think. You control what the fucking world gonna think. Because we're gonna die.
Does anybody watch sports shows like in the morning?
I watch.
I do. Probably asleep.
KJ and Max.
Do y'all know who Ryan Clark is?
Yeah, of course.
That dude went in so hard.
Yeah.
Bro went in on Jerry Jones, man. He said the realest shit because they was like with the picture. Ryan Clark was like, because at first when he was like, something from a football standpoint, I don't think this. And then he just went left field. And he's like, however, you know, he might not be racist, but racism is a part of his upbringing. And he shows it now to how he runs the Dallas Cowboys. He's like, no man of color is ever going to make it past coming off the field. Because they talking about the picture of Buddy. Then they was like, so I find it funny because that technically was, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but what's the word? Fucking marching. What's
the
synonym?
Yeah, describe it.
Being in line.
No, when you are against something and you want to show you're there. We can't do it in the army.
Protest?
Protest, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I couldn't think of it. But Jerry was like, oh, no one will protest for taking a knee, yada, 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 this, and that. And then Buddy was like, but you showed you was protesting, not letting black children go to school because white people was trying to intimidate them off. And he's there. And he's just like, oh, I was 14. So that's my thing. Is like when Braun was like, no one's asking me about it. They asked Dak Prescott about it. I think Dak Prescott gave the most political answer, but he was like, kind of like, y'all need to talk to him in the press because y'all did kind of bring that shit up in other occasions, but I'm not here for that. Talk to him in the press. Dak Prescott could be he could be a better politician than he is a quarterback. That's how I look at that dude. Now, Ryan Clark was like, you know, something is systematic for Jerry Jones because we can question all these areas, how he's ran that program. And then it's just like when it comes to coaching, all these positions, no man of color is ever gonna come up if they not on the field. But how he runs that shit is just like this is that. And he talked that back then when he was 14 at that fucking protest. And he was just like something. And then Jerry just blew it off, but no one questions it now. And I'm just like, I don't know, just like how dude when him and another commentator, they just fucking didn't hold back. And I was like, damn, because they had that free range. Because they are former athlete, now they're commentators. And I think they such good commentators, they like, my job ain't threatened because I'm speaking some facts. Because I like to watch Keyshawn,
Yeah,
Will, and Max.
that's why I said that's the one I was.
Because they go in, dude, and I'm just like,
Keyshawn goes in, bro.
Keyshawn be going in. And I'm like, and then Jay will get in his moves. And I'm just like, you know, I dig it because my favorite show is Undisputed because of Shannon Sharp. And then I like that new show called The Speak because they took Joy Taylor off that other bullshit show, calling whatever the fuck. They put her on there, and then they put LaShawn McCoy on the show with Acho, and then it's some other little fucking journalist. But that show, because Joy be going in too. But
I'm not a big Acho fan.
I don't get. They show was so good with Acho and Marcellus. I don't know what happened with Marcellus. I just ain't.
I like Shannon, but I can't stomach Skip. I can't watch the show. I can't
stomach Skip, but Shannon,
yeah, I can't even watch the show, bro. Because
Shannon, my dude, man.
Man, please, I be in that shit.
I
ain't laughing.
It's hilarious.
But Skip, he just.
He started talking about LeBron because he's such a homer for LeBron, bro.
But Skip is such a hater, man. Skip, because he's from Oklahoma. He's a Cowboys fan. But he hates everything else. And then how he defends Brady is just he's a hypocrite.
What movie was that? Was that
I
Longest
agree.
Yard?
What's that?
The guards looked like they had the cowboy symbol.
Yeah, the Longest Yard, yeah.
Oh, come on, bro. Stop fumbling. Fucking dropping the ball, bro.
What's crazy? We've been on here for how long? This shit been running? About 3 hours. That man Spence probably ain't said more than 50 words.
He been playing this game the whole time.
He played Pokemon, I think.
When I get paid, I'm gonna get that bit.
Stu had sent me a text and she was like, "Is Spencer okay? Because he hasn't said anything, and this is the calmest the chat has ever been."
It is pretty calm.
And I said, I think he's fine. I mean, I don't think anything's wrong with him. Shit was funny. She said he is really quiet, and this is the calmest the chat's ever been. And I said, "You right." Usually everybody yelling and shit.
The
y'all see
chat
the
being
video?
calm because Spencer quiet.
Did y'all see? Did y'all see Bob Sapp call out Mike Tyson, bro?
I did.
No.
That
I
is the
did.
funniest thing I've seen in my life, bro. Bob Sapp get bodied.
Man,
He
please.
really called him.
Wait,
Bob
who the
Bob
fuck is
Sapp
that?
got bodied when he was in shape fighting. And Bob Sapp
Nah, he was throwing fights on purpose.
Who the fuck is Bob Sapp?
You know, big ass. He broke through my nose.
That nigga? Oh
Yeah.
hell no!
He called out Mike
Bob
Tyson.
Sapp
bro.
is a full on fighter. Like if he fought Mike Tyson in a boxing match, he'd lose. No question there.
Well, yeah, that's what he's calling him out on. I mean, you can't call Mike Tyson on a wrestling match, bro. That just doesn't.
Nah,
make
he
sense.
calling
That
him
ain't fair.
That wouldn't even make sense. He said that's why he said puny boxers. He thinks he can beat Mike Tyson
Boxing
in a
is
boxing
the
match.
fairest sport to, like, for cross, I guess, sport athletes to see each
Yeah,
other.
I'm gonna put it in the squad. The
Not
chat so you
really.
can
I
see
mean,
it.
they gimped
No?
him.
What's
Like,
a better sport for cross?
I mean, MMA shit. Fight your
You
style.
think? I mean, can Mike Tyson fight in an
Oh, he would
MMA
lose.
match though? Yeah, because he'll
He
get
would
Didn't
grabbed up.
he called out Joe Rogan in the same
Joe
thing.
Rogan's a fighter. Like
Joe
Joe
Rogan will beat his ass.
Yeah, Joe Rogan can't get
Even though
yeah.
I don't know, they're not in the same weight, but still.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's like a fighter.
Joe Rogan's a black belt and he trains some other shit. Dude,
Yeah,
nice.
he's a Taekwondo black belt and a Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Yeah, and
His
then
kicks are hard as fuck.
yeah, so like,
Oh, Michael Jai White. Oh no, he said Michael Jai White had like one of the best, like perfect sidekicks.
come on, bro, don't speak on Michael Jai White.
Yeah, man, he doing that to everybody, even Mike.
Michael Jai White beating everybody.
And Mike, my nigga, we
That's what I'm saying. No, he was. No, Joe Rogan was making a statement about how he saw Michael Jai White's sidekick and how perfect it was.
Yeah, he's a fucking 40.
He should be the next Blade. Shit. He should have been the next Black Panther. He should have been the next Black everything.
That's crazy y'all talking about him. I just seen Exit Wounds for the first time 2 days ago.
Ooh.
You know who I think should be the Black Panther is I don't know his name. Who y'all into the Purge movies?
Yeah.
No.
I don't remember the black
Trash.
dude.
Purge.
The first Purge.
Like
Damn,
where
the
they go
black
around
dude
people's
in the
house
movie.
killing them.
Yeah.
But
Like 24 hours.
the lead drug dealer nigga, the
Damn,
brother.
I forgot who that is.
No, I don't remember.
Just Google it.
On the first one.
What else did he play?
The first
Damn,
Purge.
I forgot who the fuck he is.
It's not the first one, but the first Purge because they do the whole.
I get what you're saying.
Oh, the
they doing the whole
okay.
Star Wars.
Because I was about to
The
say, I was
reboot
thinking
joint.
wasn't they in the house the whole movie?
The
Nah,
reboot or the first?
it's
the
like literally.
Purge
I think
one?
it's like I think it's like the third one, but the order they call it the first Purge.
It was like the prequel to the Purge. I got you.
But this one's in the hood, and he like the nigga in charge. But I think Buddy could pull it off. He played in the Predator too.
Dimitri Clymer.
I think that's him. Dark skinned motherfucker.
It's 3 dark skin motherfuckers.
I mean, but
his name Yalan Noel Mo McCray.
Pull up his movies.
Oh shit! Now I gotta look at different niggas. Okay, he played in something else.
Whoever was in the Purge, the first Purge, and the Predators.
Okay.
Noel.
Yeah, that's this nigga.
Him.
Yep.
I think that's my pick, man. I think he can do it.
Which one? The new Blade?
Nah.
Marshall
Black Panther.
I think he can play Black Panther.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I think he do it.
He has a bit of Chadwick flair.
He got so now that how they done it, I think he could. That's who they should cast.
I can respect that choice.
And then his roles, he takes some dope roles. So I'm like, shit.
First person.
Shit. Shit, I'm dead. God damn it. Why would you die there?
Hey, Brandon, you seen Dion might be going to Colorado?
I don't think he going there, man.
Nah, I don't either.
Nah, bro, go look
That's a
at
terrible job.
Have y'all been on ESPN since Squad Talk started? Go to ESPN.
What they offering him? Just tell me.
They don't know yet, but basically they saying that he taking a visit there sometime this weekend.
You know why I don't? This is why I don't think he's gonna go. It's not black enough, man. I'm
gonna just be straight up.
What's up about why he's going or why you don't want
he
him?
not? I don't. I think
I know how to process that.
Are his sons? I don't know what year they in. They juniors or seniors, but he want to see them through because that's their opening to get to the league, right? He pulling in recruits. I think he's doing too much for HBCU. He need a win though. He lost last year. He need to win this one. Which I think
he would go to Auburn if they had offered it to him. Though.
What they need to fucking give him is goddamn Florida State because we all know that's what he wants.
Yeah, but they're doing okay though. It's like they're not gonna fire their coach.
But the thing, I don't think he needs to be in the Midwest or whatever the fuck Colorado falls under, the mountains. He needs to be
Colorado is Pac-12.
Cool, cute, West Coast. All right, no. He needs to be somewhere in the South because he can pull in. Dude, if you give him the right college, he can challenge all these other coaches. I ain't saying give him no fucking SEC team, but give him something maybe in the ACC.
Florida State.
That's what
Miami.
I think even Miami, take that. Something in Florida. But I just Colorado just not the fit. And I know he's got to take a D1 college because we all know his ultimate goal is to get to an NFL. But they seem like they working him harder.
I don't.
He said he'll never go to the NFL.
He doesn't want to do NFL. He said that a bunch of times.
Okay. All right. Well, shit.
They would already hire him.
Because I mean, they hired Jeff Saturday, and I'm like, what the fuck? But,
well, they didn't. He's just interim. He's not the actual coach.
Interim, but they could have hired the receiver, Marvin there, right?
And they might when they actually hire a coach as opposed to.
But I don't know, man. Colorado just not a fit. I don't think he can fix Colorado, dude.
Yeah, Dion, well, let me not say that because I didn't think he would be able to pull the number one recruit, but he did.
5-star recruit, yeah.
He
got it. He did.
I know wherever he going, bruh following him. So
they're gonna follow, but it's like Colorado, dude. I just.
He's like, what is that?
I can't.
I might have to ride up the road to go see, bro.
You should. Shit, I would. Shit, I'm gonna come out there. Shit, fuck it, but
that nigga said Colorado.
I just can't see Colorado, dude. They offer Auburn, take Auburn, like something.
Give me the ball, man.
He need to be in the South somewhere, dude. That's
fucking scared to shoot and shit.
Nigga said Colorado.
And they was like, "Oh, what is that? That just sounds contagious."
All right, then y'all. I'm about to head out. It's been real tonight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I gotta tap out, man. I gotta do this.
Oh shit! I just noticed. You got your Wii on the not your Wii. Your Switch on the wall, mounted.
Yeah, it's a mount.
Oh, that's
all
good.
right. We getting off? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
I'm about to head.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Good talking to you.
We tap out.
Spence got some things he about to go do.
Pokemon.
He been looking at that phone, boy.
Nigga got some plans, boy.
He's like, damn, why y'all niggas ain't been got off?
Nah, she's still up.
This nigga funny, yo.
Hey, you about to spin the block, bro?
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right, then, bro.
Oh,
All right, y'all.
Yeah, man.